Hello everyone, Tactical Itch here, and welcome to another Wednesday Faction Wars. And actually, hold on a second, I need to turn off the game capture for a bit first. Give me a second, I'm sorry. Hold on, just checking some stuff here that I definitely cannot show. Hold on. Yeah, I can't talk about anything about that first. Give me a second. Hold on. Yeah, I almost forgot to, delete some stuff. Yeah, give me a second. Right. Yeah, just making sure, yeah, everything's fine over here. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I can't show you all, accidentally show you all internet search history and stuff like that, yeah. Anyways, welcome to another Wednesday Faction Wars. Today we are looking at some cool casual midweek 20, before the DLC arrives, just warming up for the eventual DLC, which is why I will be using Norska today. But first of all, we're having a bye round, first round, and yeah. Only problem is I don't actually have any battles loaded up over here. Let me just see if I could just hop in and check some. If somebody can give me a spectator slot, that would be great. Otherwise, we'll just be playing some ranked battles, actually. But yeah. Let's see what happens right now. If I can locate someone's game. No, I'm not joining that one, but oh, some of them might already be starting. Alright, let's see. I'm just waiting and see if somebody can yeah, if somebody can send me the code. If not, we'll just go into ranked matchmaking and play some multiplayer. Yeah. Or, well, actually, you know what? Kurio has sent me a game code. We'll be jumping in and watch some live battles then. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. And looks like we already have some one lizard fan in the chat. Absolutely going ham on supporting the lizard boys. Buff Norska, yeah, they do need some help. Well, we shall see if we can fight with Norska. Wait, hold on. Shit, wrong idea here. We go in and spectate. That's the idea. Now we just need to wait for their opponent to show up, and they should be fighting against Tretch, playing with Lizardmen, which is what McRightface want to see here. Kurio is also sending some Lizardmen support. The problem is the Lizardmen aren't showing up to battle, so maybe I'll have to wait a bit. We shall see. Norska is an S-tier faction. The Norskins mains just keep it secret. You see, I really like Norskins, the Femirs. So yeah, if they can receive some even more buffs, that would make them absolutely cracked. But I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna be the case here. I actually don't know. Haven't checked if CA is. I mean, the CA will be adjusting some of the units, right? Anyways, press message. Oh yeah, he's on his way, and he is here indeed. And well, that is a cool profile pic. A stylish hat and the whole. Is that? What is that era actually? I forgot. The Inquisitor? No, Inquisitor era? I actually am not quite familiar with European history, so specific eras, outfits and culture and whatnot, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that is a cool profile pic for sure. But anyways, But yeah, very much looking forward to the DLC. Finally, seems like the DLC is receiving the cinematic trailer they deserve. Because, like, if you still remember the Omens of Destruction, man, that trailer was absolutely dog shit. Like, very minimal cinematic stuff there, and yeah, they just don't have any cool animation, no cool story, no cool sequences. And most important of all, the music doesn't match the animations and stuff. But this time, finally, they have a custom-made cinematic trailer with a lot of cool, adding a lot more cool narrative to the three factions. So I'm very glad to see that again. But yeah, I actually haven't really checked out the CA blog post they put out recently. Honestly, it's been a year. It's been a year since the last DLC came out. God damn it. But yeah, we shall see in roughly half a month. No, actually, it's in roughly a month. We shall see them arriving to our doorsteps, and that's gonna be cool. Wait, why did Tretch leave? Is everything okay on their end? Hope everything's okay. Three Musketeers vibes, yeah. Actually, that sounds about right. Yeah. But yeah, Tretch left. I wonder what happened. Hopefully, nothing wrong on their end, and they'll be rejoining soon. Well, it's gonna be Greenskins versus Lizard Boys, and I feel like, personally, the way I would approach this matchup is I would just bring a shit ton of Daka, because they do well when they're focusing on dinos, and if you can drop like something like a Soul Blight on that thing, on the big dinos, plus plus the Rusty Airs for that armor sundering, they can absolutely shred through dino HP. They lack accuracy, but who gives a shit about accuracy when you're shooting like a dino the size of a house, right? So yeah, I mean, it's hard to miss. And also do well again, you can use them to fan off skinks. So that's how I would take how I would go into that matchup. There might be some meta changes, and it might be different these days. I'm not sure, and maybe Kurio has a different idea, but we shall see. Trash is still not yet coming back. I guess we'll just have to wait a bit here, unfortunately. Hopefully there's nothing too serious on their end. Yeah, we shall wait a bit. But yeah, recently I've just been playing other games, because there literally has been no updates to Total Warhammer, especially especially after the whole community drama, or earlier. So CA had to delay the DLC even more. But and I'm actually buried underground in Hyrule, very busily mining a bunch of is it called Zilnium? I was playing in Chinese, so I'm not exactly sure the English name of the mineral. But yeah, I was playing a lot of the Tears of the Kingdom lately. Just because I got a cheap secondhand version of Tears of the Kingdom. So managed to snatch some good deals for secondhand games and actually putting my Switch to good use. Unfortunately, I don't have a streaming card, so I can't actually make content out of that. But either ways, you're not here for you're not here for Legend of Zelda anyways. So that wouldn't matter. But yeah, I was playing quite a bit of other games, just to diversify my gaming portfolio a bit there, and yeah. It's been really fun though. Like it doesn't have some insane in-depth mechanics, but there's just so much to do in that open world setting. Like every corner around, like every time you get around a corner, there's new stuff to do on the in the world. Especially when there are 3 layers now you can play with. In Breath of the Wild, it's like 1 layer, the Hyrule ground. But now you have the sky stuff, the Sky Island stuff, and you have the underground stuff. It's so fun to just explore. But man, the underground stuff is scary. It's too dark. There's no light there. But yeah, anyways. Oh, you've been playing Europa Universalis 5 all weekend. Oh yeah, the game just came out, actually. Yeah. Sounds like that's going to be a lot of empire building for you. But now let's actually focus on the battle itself now. It is Greenskin versus Lizardman Greenskins, going with actually a very minimal Daka, only Rusty Airs and the Ruglux Armored Orcs. Front line of Orc Boys, and then everything. Oh wait, there's still some AP Gloonies, but yeah, just some regular infantry, not a single Gobble infantry actually. Other than the Rusty Airs and the Regimental Arena AP Gloonies. Everything else goes into the mobility Savage or Boar Boys. A lot of AP on the field, not anti-large though. Just coming in with AP. Then we have the... These are still Savage or Boar Boys? Why? Oh wait, no. These are Biggins. I just... my cursor was just hanging around on the other unit. Alright, Savage or Boar Boy Biggins, armor piercing, very nice against dinos. And Cold One Cavalry, Broken Tusk Mob in the center. The Goblin Great Shaman on his spider, on a Ragnarok spider. Plus the wait, where is the Mugrup's Manji Marauders? I swear I saw them. Yep, Mugrup's Manji Marauders for more AP value. For the Lizard Boys, a ton of skinks and one single Pharaoh Dreadsaurian with that. Wait. Oh wait, no, this is not the Shredder, so it doesn't have the Dread Aura. Never mind. But yeah, a bunch of skink cohorts on the field because how expensive the Pharaoh Dreadsaurian is. It's you can't really spare too much budget on anything else. Looks like there might be a bit of a connection issue. That might be a bit of a problem. We might have to just hop out and let the players duke it out. If we hit the the other players already done with their games. Yeah, the freeway might be a bit much. Okay, if things doesn't stabilize at the 30-second, we will just have to cut this one out. Lich, I want you to guess how Ogres versus Coast goes. Just guess. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guess that did not pan out well. I'll make sure that I thought you could have. I thought the Blood Vultures could have done something. Maybe that did not happen. I guess. I'm sorry. I'll get a better first round in the future. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, looks like the Savage Orb Biggins are already charging into the Skink Skirmishers on the far side. Coin Spear Riders are counter-charging, and Court of Sotek are poising, just kind of repositioning, shifting the armies to the side a bit there. While the Goblin Great Shaman is rushing straight into... well, actually, they decided to back off a bit there, seeing that there might be a Dreadsaurian and a bundle of Javelins coming over. There's also Coin Spear Riders guarding the Slam Mage Priest of Life. A lot of Skink Courts with Javies, actually. Court of Sotek moving up. The Savage Orc Boar Boys try to do a sneaky charge, doing some damage to the Skink Skirmishers, but being counter-fired by Javies and counter-charged by a Pharaoh Dreadsaurian. That did not go too well for those Savage Orc Boar Boys there. Morgrov's Mangy Marauders, though, did get some poke, I assume. Yeah, did get some poke into the Pharaoh Dreadsaurian, alongside with the Rusty Airs and the Ruglux Armored Orcs, chipping away the health of the Pharaoh Dreadsaurian, sundering its armor as well. The Orc Boys, though, being bullied by the Pharaoh Dreadsaurian, they can beat the Skinks no problem. The problem is just the Pharaoh Dreadsaurian. They're terrorizing the front line in there. Koan Riders, Spear Riders also charging into the flanks, just delivering even more leadership impact onto the Orc Boys, who doesn't have the sturdiest leadership to begin with. A very well placed banishment from the live slan, and absolutely deleting those Rusty Airs. If they can come back, though, it's still going to be huge by giving out a little bit more of that, yeah, a little bit more of the armor sundering. They don't even have to do a whole lot of damage. Here comes the regrowth, upgraded version as well, trying to keep that Pharaoh Dreadsaurian healthy and alive. Especially the percentage healing coming in really cost efficient on the massive HP pool of that Pharaoh Dreadsaurian. However, the rest of the front line is going in slightly in the Greenskins' favor, as there is no Dreadsaurian to support. Although the Great Goblin Great Shaman is in a bit of trouble here, just kind of stuck in the middle of a bunch of Koan Spear Riders and the Fro Dreadsaurian. Can the Greenskins get enough resources over to save their Liege Lord? We shall see here, as the Morgros Mansion Marauders is still just shooting at the Fro Dreadsaurian, but an Earthblood Heal is coming in as well, combined with that Arcane Conduit, an extra 15% spell mastery, adding even more heal to the already very decent life of Lore of Life spell. And you can see the Fro Dreadsaurian is almost approaching full health once again. That is quite an annoying thing for the Greenskins to deal with. But yeah, Broken Tusk Mob is now moving on over, trying to dispatch the enemy cavalry there. But seems like the Lizard Boys are getting a little bit ahead on balance of power already. And internet, we are seeing the Fro Dreadsaurian flashing, lagging around a bit. That is okay. That is not ideal. Yeah, unfortunately, connecting across the world among 3 PCs might not necessarily be the best. But yeah, it stabilized for a while. It went on okay. So we can only pray to either the Hornred or Vorstar. Is I think it's called Vorstar, right? The Chaos God of Tech. I mean, it's not really a full-on Chaos God right now, but yeah. If you know a little bit of lore of 40k, maybe you can Warhammer 40k, you maybe can enlighten me. But anyways, the Skin Core just took some huge damage from something. I didn't really quite see that. Oh, it's probably AP Loonies just spinning them down. Yeah, probably that. Oh wait, hold on. AP Loonies? Where are you? Ah, yeah, AP Loonies, just spinning them down. Getting some really nice kill count already, earning back their worth. Okay, actually, the missiles over time from the Rusty Airs, Ruglocks, Armored Orcs, and Morgros Mansion Marauders are really adding up onto the Fro Dreadsaurian. We are already seeing its heal cap. All that damage they heal up, all that healing spell, despite being so powerful, is not without a cause. Every single bit of healing pushes them closer to that heal cap. Warhammer 3 in PowerPoint. That's gonna be like 100 slides. It's not happening, mate. It's not happening. But yeah, looks like the Dreadsaurian will be backing away from all that firepower of the Greenskins, trying to get some more heal and also terrorize a few more of these Greenskin units, as the Broken Tusk Mob are stuck between a bunch of Court of Sotak and the Koan Spear Riders. Greenskins, while losing quite heftily wherever the Fro Dreadsaurian was, they are winning basically everywhere else, having more cavalry using the sheer weight of numbers and armor piercing to wear down the enemy Koan cavalry and just beat up the skinks. But still, balance of power is still ever so slightly in favor of those Lizard Boys, simply because how healthy, well, still above half health on the Dreadsaurian, and the Slime Age Priest also above half health, boosting up the balance of power, while the Goblin Great Shaman is down to half health only, while a lot of their units are quite depleted, especially now that the Rusty Airs are being cleaned off by the Koan Spear Riders. Probably they're not coming back, despite the Koan Spear Riders themselves are being caught out by the Salvage Orc Boys. Now the Fro Dreadsaurian is just gonna stomp out those the rest of the Orc Boys with spears and try to reconsolidate, I guess, with the rest of the Lizardman army. The battle can still go both ways. Unfortunately, we just can't. I'm actually a bit worried. Even if I jump out now, they would just force them to restart the battle. So I think we're in too deep to try and disconnect. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully the internet will stabilize a little bit more. But yeah, it looks like the Orc Boys over here are just gonna clean up some Koan cavalry. Now this is the only live battle we're casting with 2 other players. We're gonna be just casting our own battles later, so we should not have the same problem. And yeah, I think my internet is going on fine for now. Like the upload rate for the video for the stream is absolutely fine. So it probably is in my end, probably. But yeah. For Drasaurian over here, receiving one final regrowth, and it's gonna be heal capping. Still having over 10k HP though, 11k HP though, so that's a lot of meat to go through. Can the greenskins do it? They need to first clean up the enemy skin skirmishers who have returned from routing and trying to harass the Manju Marauders and Rutlocks armored orcs. Armored orcs should be able to like hunt them down for a bit there. Ooh, blood statue of spite. Trying to drain down some of... Oh no! Blood statue of spite and a banishment coming in, stacking on top of these overlapped units, and that is going to be a painful hit. If these missiles go down, then the greenskins won't have any ways to deal with the still over 10k HP of that Pharaoh Dreadsaurian. They need to get out of there, and they need to get out of there fast. It looks like the banishment is dropping any second now. If the lag can stabilize, but here we go, here we go. Not on the greenskin side, but it's on the Lizardman side. These guys, the Manji Marauders, the Rutlocks armored orcs, getting heavily punished for stacking up against some cheap chaff units. And yeah, I think that's basically it for the greenskins. They still had a good chance if they could keep these missiles alive, but unfortunately, yeah, this is gonna be rough. The Rutlocks armored orcs still holding on to that leadership, but Rusty Ear's coming back, but the Mogros Manju Marauders minus 48 leadership, yeah, it's gonna be very difficult for them to come back. Even the Rusty Airs, despite coming back, they're also teetering on breaking. So if they use up a little bit too much of that vigor, they might just actually start routing, but we shall see here. Yeah, they're still active, so they're not suffering from leadership issues yet. Yeah. Yeah, Pharaoh Dreadsaurian is gonna try and chase after the Goblin Great Shaman, using a Crown of Command on himself to make sure he doesn't rout. As it was indeed pitched in a battle pitted against a Pharaoh Dreadsaurian, getting absolutely munched for breakfast there. A big spider is yeah, it's meeting its nemesis. Lizards eats insects, even if it's oversized. Oversized insects have oversized lizards to chill them out, I suppose. And yeah, the only healthy contingent. Oh no, yeah. Oh, well. Frame hammer. It is indeed. It is indeed. It happens. It happens in multiplayer, unfortunately. Especially when you're connecting people from across the world and stuff. So, yeah. I don't know how the greenskins can pull this off. My money is on the Lizardman at this point. Also, balance of power is very obvious over there. But yeah, I think it's just very difficult for the greenskins to pull those one back, as all they have are really just Rutlocks armored orcs and a bunch of pretty damaged orc boys. Boar boys. I mean, they're boar boys and they're savage or boar boys, so they have like armor piercing and all, but it's gonna struggle against a freaking Dreadsaurian, who still have over 10k HP, by the way. And now we're getting somewhere, it looks like. What do you mean across the world? Oh, French and German. Well, you see, I think. Wait, we had. Yeah, that is true. It is just like all three of us are in Europe. It shouldn't be that bad. Unless one of them are in somewhere rural in Europe. Sickles with intel on where everyone lives. Yeah, it's literally Ukraine, France, and Germany. We're close enough. Well. But yeah, even the Salvage or Boar Boys are suffering now, as they're being grind down by the Court of Soltec, getting some decent value, and the Cohen Spear Rider is trading very nicely into all the enemy cavalry with that anti-large, anti-armor. Yeah, I mean, Utrecht is very obvious in France because of the ODM tech, but I didn't know Korea was in Germany, actually. I should have paid more attention, honestly. But yeah, looks like the AP Loonies just got munched up by the Dreadsaurian. Oof, that was a painful hit. And they can no longer use any more spinning loons. Not that they have any uses left anyways, but yeah, I think it's very clear that it is the victory of the Lizardman at this point. As the Dreadsaurian basically chills through everything. Yeah, I think this is a matchup I would personally just go for a double character build where you have instead of a Goblin Shaman, I would bring a Night Goblin War Boss, and then a Giant River Troll hack, simply because there is enough control abilities to just keep slow down and keep the Dreadsaurian pinned so that I can get like 5 Daka shooters to chill up that Dreadsaurian with the sheer volume of arrow fire. Like Rusty Airs plus 4 more Orc Savage Orc Air Boys would shoot up that Dreadsaurian fast, I think. That's what I would do at least. And yeah. One final attempt, a Hail Mary attempt of Vindictive Glare, and they're still over 8k HP on that for a Dreadsaurian, and Greenskins just don't have any ways to shut it down. They have the capture point, but how long can they hold on when all of their remaining forces are being cleaned up? They're approaching ever closer to that army losses. One final charge perhaps from the Savage Orc Boar Boys, but there's a counter charge from the Cohen Spear Riders, pinning them in place, and then a fall-off from the Furrow Dreadsaurian. I think that is it for this unit of Savage or Boar Boys. And once they go down, that might just be army losses. The rest of the Greenskins are also faltering pretty badly as well. Well, the AP Loonies are going to fight till the last boys. So, yeah, we shall see. But yeah, I don't think the Greenskins can pull this one back anymore. After losing all their, after losing all their missile units. Like, you can see the HP from the Furrow Dreadsaurian just doesn't drop much after those missiles get knocked out. Especially after the Rusty Airs got knocked out. GB lags, typical. Hey, don't you dare challenge my lag here. Actually, let me just, Alright, thanks for bearing with me there. We are moving on to round 2, and we'll be playing the game ourselves instead of having a freeway between, well, players from around the world, or more like around Europe. But yeah, nice damage from the Goblin Great Shaman and the AP Loonies. The missiles units definitely did some pretty good work there, especially the Morgros Manju Marauders, so cost efficient against a large armored target that is very expensive, like the Dreadsaurian. But the Dreadsaurian just plows on through, absorbing so much damage thanks to all that Earth Blood and regrowth, keeping it healthy, and yeah, just tanking the shots there while the rest of the army just do their own thing. The Cohen Spear Riders trade really well into the enemy cavalry and the monsters, while the skinks are mostly there just absorb damage and getting beat up, so that the monster and the cavalry can do their job. Slamage Priest of Life, that was a very nice banishment onto the Rusty Airs, knocking most of the unit out early in the game. So yeah, the Greenskins, unfortunately, while the Orc Boys were able to win the infantry fight, that was not where the focus of this battle was, and the cavalry were mostly beaten up by the enemy Spear Riders. Their sheer numbers, while 2 of them were able to earn back their worth, actually the Savage or Boar Boys did okay, but unfortunately their damage value is also slightly inflated because of that healing from the Slamage Priest of Life. That's what I would assume here. And the Orc Boar Boy Biggins, unfortunately, didn't do much here. Yeah. Definitely the key lies in whether they can burst down that Dreadsaurian with their missiles. Anyways, we are going to fight someone now. Sigils with Vampirates versus Norska, which is played by yours truly there. Yeah, we shall see what happens. Sigils and his Vampirates. I'm not sure how to play this, and I want to play it with a non-caster build there. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Actually, I need to find Sigils and. Yeah, let's get this set up. We're playing Norska, and I don't want to use a mage today, so we're just gonna spam Familiar Warriors, I suppose. Take that one out. Take Throg in. Fight or die, copious amount of moment. Nah, I'm not gonna use that. It's not gonna be useful there. A wide line of troops there, and actually I probably need some Javis. 1, 2, oh shit. And I've run out of money. Great. Skin Wolves and maybe Familiar Warriors for breaking through the front line there. We're not bringing a caster today. Yeah. No, not. Yeah, we're not taking a caster, so yeah, we'll just have to rely on those Familiar Warriors to break through. No, I'm not bringing the Regiment of Renown. It's not worth the money. And then another Marauder Horseman, maybe. What I can, maybe I'll just bring 3 throwing axes instead and be done. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that and be done. Yeah, let's go. Whatever, let's go. We're not bringing a caster today. Just rolling with a full, a relatively heavy metal front line there, and hope for the best. Hopefully we can break through. Cause only the wimpy nerds need a caster. Hey Corel, yeah, doing alright. No mage, damn, he's turning into Spotify. Yeah, I want to try playing with no mage Norska for a bit. It feels very, you know, barbaric. I haven't played in tournament in a while. Total War Warhammer even, is it even worth try and get back into it? It's always fun to get some multiplayer battles going, because it's, I just never, I was not, like, if I'm playing a single player campaign only, I would have given up on this game long ago. But multiplayer in this game is just fun. There's no other game that has the same amount of unit variety. Oh shit, I forgot about the map. Give me a second. Yeah, I forgot the map. Sword of Torgold. I'm sure my opponent is already ready, just waiting for me to change maps or some shit. Alright. Are you not bringing a caster? No, I'm playing a no caster Norska for today. Just today, though. Multiplayer Warhammer is the best. Yeah, there's just no other strategy games with this kind of unit variety. Where, like, you don't see dragons and fucking dinosaurs duking it out against like an undead mecha. Actually, two flavors of undead mecha. We have the rotting meat undead mecha, which is the Necrophax Colossus, and then we have the Sand and Bones undead mecha, which is the Arrow Titan and Necrosphinx. So yeah, we have We can we have freaking mechas all over the place, so it's quite funny. Love which is yeah, actually, we have the demonic mecha, which is the Catan Destroyer. What else? Do we have any other mechas after that? We have the freaking terracotta mecha. Terracotta Sentinel. So yeah, we have a shit ton of mechas in the game. Yeah, we even have like we have the regular melee ones, and we have a freaking artillery one too. Oh, and then we have the Bone Giant as well. So yeah, we have like, where do you see this kind of ridiculous battles going on with monsters, magic, and all that fantasy stuff going on, right? In a relatively realistic army formation, deployment, and movement, like, you don't see that anywhere else. Like, as much as people like to give shit about Total Warhammer, you don't see, like, there is no other alternative on the market for this, for the similar kind of experience. Like, there just isn't. So yeah, this is why time and time again I just come back to Warhammer. It's just hard to yeah, it's hard to compete. All right. Anyways, I'm just gonna roll with like a shit ton of cavalry on one side and just main formation on the other. Looks like our opponent is super quick in getting ready and whatnot. So let's just get our hounds a little bit up ahead, just scooch them up a little bit further ahead, and then we should be good to go. Alright, that, and the dogs there. Alright, get ready as well. Give Skaven a mech suit. They don't have a mech suit, but they have tanks in the form of doom wheels. Yeah. Wait, no, they kind of have Skaven mechs in the form of the Storm Demon. Only comes, it comes out during end times, right? Oh shit! Oh shit! It's a panda blow! No! I don't want to get bloated. Oh no! Alright, let's just go and get bloated, I guess. Oh, we don't have magic! Shit! Alright, pull back. I need you guys to head out. You guys have to lead the charge or something? Alright, the hounds can take the damage here. You guys can fall back a bit. You guys can move over there. We will pull back. Oh, I mean, we can take on some of these Fimunes. Oh yeah, you know what? Hounds, you can go there. Don't give a shit anymore. Just die, hounds. Alright, the hounds died. This is what we wanted to see them do anyways. It's fine. We will gladly take that sacrifice. Oh no! You know what? You guys go there and deal with that. While deal with that. Blow up. Alright, there we go. Yeah, just keep piling onto those guys, I guess. Now you can send those guys in. You guys go there. Uh-huh. Alright, Throck, can you just beat everything in there, please? Alright, you guys just charge that thing. You guys can pull back a bit. Just get out of there and let the hounds. The hounds can come and deal with the scurvy dogs. All right, let's just keep. Oh no, we're getting surrounded with the familiar Bale Fiends. Oh no! Oh no, that's not great. That's not great. Yeah, I guess we just. It's our fault for leaving them out of without support, I guess. All right. Some of our cavalry survived with the throwing axes and all that, but yeah, the familiar Bale Fiends. Oh, there was. Oh, dude. Oh, I thought. Okay. I guess they weren't. Doesn't matter anyways. I thought. You know what, Flaring Axis, go over here and help out. Yeah, the Female Bell Fiends unfortunately just got surrounded and shredded in that capacity. Alright, you guys come over here and help. Come over here, heal up a bit, and then Flaring Axis can start shooting, I guess. Yeah, not having magic does suck though. Cause man, imagine the Burning Head can, what the Burning Heads can do here. Oh, and we can't kill the Lamprey's Revenge either. Damn it. We avoided most of those explosives, but yeah, that was not great. Oh, and the Night Terrors too coming over to beat our familiars up. Throg is not enjoying being surrounded over there, and our Flaring Axis isn't doing enough to equalize this fight. Yeah, the familiars are fucked. Can we break these regenerating crazies? Alright, just Berserkers, I need you to fight in there a little bit longer.
Take it, Southerner! Now is our time!
The Throwing Axes are our last hope here. Oh god.
Throw those axes!
Ignore that maybe?
Shut them!
Turn off fire at will. Turn off skirmishing mode and start going somewhere else, I guess. Keep throwing your axes, keep shredding them with your range attacks and stuff like that. For me, just come over here and help out. Maybe recharge sirens or something. The wolves are not holding on, damn it. It's terrified. Oh, actually, don't melee, pull back. Alright, Throg needs to come over here and help. Shoot them down, actually. Shoot them down! They are definitely gonna fall. I need 40 more seconds for another... Oh, actually, come over here, you guys. I need your help. Yeah, just finish them off, I guess. You guys fall back, I guess. It's fine. Alright, just keep shooting them. Alright, just shoot them down. Shoot them down, they're gonna fall. It's fine. Send some dogs there to just stop them for now. We still have some... Wait, we're actually getting ahead. What the fuck? What the fuck, balance of power? Are you drunk? I mean, I'm happy to see that. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely welcome. This is a welcoming change for sure. Actually, come over here. I need to get you to buff. No, their leadership break. No, no. They're so close to getting that. Oh, and the wolves are gone too. Damn. All right, you guys keep fighting on for a little longer there. I need you to keep duking it out. Alright, shoot that. It's literally just... Oh, shit! Oh, the familiars, I forgot about them. Shit. They're fighting. These guys can stand around there for a little longer there. I need you guys to be there and just pin down those annoying fuckers. Keep shooting them. Alright, you guys turn off fire at will. I need every volley of ammo to count in here. Lamprey's Revenge are going down. Some of the Berserkers are still... Alright, Throg is holding on. Throg is holding on. That's what matters. And, can you come over here and bully Celestra a bit? I need Celestra Direfine to actually go down or something. Berserker... Alright, took some damage, but they're still alive. That's what matters. Can you finish it off? Alright, it's almost dead. Come on, yep, and there we go, it crumbled. Alright, these guys can just stand around here and just heal up a bit more. Actually, you guys all run away. Run the hell away from those crabs. I don't want you to fight them at all. Just let them run out of timer. Yeah, the timer is almost out. The problem is we don't really have We don't. Time is not on our side. Oh shit! All right, the crabs are done, and now just charge in and kill Silastra, I guess. Army losses, yes. No spells. We can't kill the Lamprey's Revenge, he says, with 3 horsemen with 80% ammo left. Yep, you're right. Alright, I underestimated them. Alright. That was a good first round. That said, my opponent did bring out the Pentabloat, so yeah, they went easy on me. And as well. I mean, I also have the Familiar Warriors who were just tanking shit like crazy. I mean, they didn't really do that much damage, but I just want to bring them out and just they ate a bunch of explosives, I guess, which really helps, I think. I mean, I also sacrificed one of the Norscan Roarhounds just to get blown up, which works because it ate two bloated corpses, which comes out around 750 gold, which is like 2 times its own value, so that's fine. Yeah, it works. What else? Let's see here. The Berserkers did well, really well too. Getting more than they're worth, just duking it out against zombies and sirens. We don't have a lot of magic damage outside of the Ephemias, which is where some of their value comes from, but yeah, they were trading decently into the sirens. I was just leaving them in a fight and they did their work. Marauders did alright, I guess, just eating damage and whatnot, but Throg tanking it and the skin wolves just hanging around regenerating a bit was nice, but mostly it is the Flooring Axis carrying the day here, plus the regeneration holding on to the balance of power. No Castanos got OP, yeah. Thank you for the fate. But yeah, Secret Tactic Beast Sickles is just taking no caster. Man, he is a hard opponent to beat, but he did bring Pentabloat, so there's that. But we do have enough Flooring Axis to take down the Lamprey's Revenge, take down the Night Terrors, which is, I think, the key to winning this one here. He also didn't bring Count Noctilus, so yeah, both sides were bringing a bit of a meme build. I mean, I'm bringing Famir, so in my opinion, that's not a meme. And also Flooring Axis, but yeah, yeah. So both sides did pull their punches a bit, but I'm glad the Norska came out on top. Always glad to see that sometimes. Let me just change the save files for a bit, and then it's round 3 time, baby. Yeah, I just need to change your save files, and because I don't want to, in case I want to do something with it in the future or something. Yeah, it's 2 piratey factions here. The C rating factions. But yeah, let's see who's next. We're fighting. Oh, there's still one more match going on between Beastmen and Lizardmen. Mr. Kroteg versus Tretch. I assume it's an internet issue. Famius to counter Sirens OP. Nah, it's not Famius to counter Sirens, it's the Berserkers. And also the Famius are here to tank bloated corpses. I didn't really catch where the bloated corpses went, so I'm just gonna rewatch that just to see what happened there. Yeah, I was not expecting bloated corpses, but it was a Panther bloat again. It's always fun to see them. Yeah.
In the name of chaos.
But yeah, so I basically, I saw the bloated corpses. I think the last time I played against bloated corpses, which is like 2 weeks ago, I got a bit of PTSD because I just sent my Marauders to die in that match. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna have to send in something to like let them to blow them up. What am I supposed to send here, right? So Famias will have to do. Just trying to pull those Famias over and trigger those explosions early or something like that. Yeah, I basically sent this Norscan Warhound early in here and just getting blown up by the bloated corpse. You don't really, I think the corpse blown up, so you don't see the body, but yeah, that blew up. I also didn't send in like a wide formation. Instead of sending in a wide formation, I just went in as like a column. So the bloated corpses only just hit the front center of the formation instead of the second half, which is why they have like half a unit left after getting blown up. But yeah, 3. Wait, did I miss another bloated corpse? I probably did. Fuck, why am I keep missing that? I need to like rewatch this. Give me a second. Buff VP dogs. Aren't they fun? Wait, how bad are VP dogs? I don't play a lot of VP, so I don't actually know. I need to rewatch the bloated corpses. I want to see them. It's always fun to see them blow up. Whether they blow up properly or blow up like half-arsely. Yeah. You don't see them often, which is why. Yeah, so I sent in like as a column, so it just went in, blow up at the front half. The second half is like fine. And then here comes like 3 corpses. Wait, hold on, I swear I counted 5 in the army build. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4. This one's trying to push up, which is why I throw in some familiar warriors first. And I see that's not happening, so I just instead throw them into a counter punch against those Lamprey's Revenge. They have 59 melee defense, which is way more than the familiar warriors attack, but it's fine. Alright, another just sending in those half-dead dogs to blow them up. Like, yeah, that is well worth their cost in after blowing up, like after getting blown up by 2 bloated corpses, right? They only cost 400 gold, while bloated corpses is like 350, something like that. 5th already explode on the dogs. Yeah, there are still 3 more left though. 1, 2, 3. And I'm pulling in the familiar warriors to intercept another bloat. Actually took some pretty nasty damage, all things considered. But yeah, move back, and there's still 2 more, which I totally did not account for, and they probably just exploded my poor marauders there. I think that's what happened, as I was too busy dealing with the hounds on this side here. Just screening them with skin wolves. Oh yeah, here comes the bloat. Half a unit gone, and then another half a unit is gonna gone soon. But yeah, Marauder Horsemen, they don't have, their attack isn't amazing, but isn't that bad either in terms of melee stats. So, which is why you sometimes can use them to countercharge a hound unit, as long as the hound isn't charging you. And you have other supports nearby, so that's what happened here. Marauders, Berserkers just rear charging the hounds who got charged by the horsemen. Horsemen got a charge, so they have their leadership to hang on. Winning against Coven. Barely hang on, I mean, still managed to, yeah, barely hang on to that leadership there with the, by getting some rage activating as well. Yeah, but just really barely hang on to the leadership over there. But yeah, I think I played pretty well, all things considered, despite all the memes on the side. But yeah, VP dogs are terrible, but they're unbreakable at least. Yeah, I think that's what matters when you need like a chaff unit, right? Just having the ability to stick around and keep interrupting your opponent, just making sure they don't do what they're supposed to do. Yeah, let's just check what's happening with Trash and Mr. Crotic there. Looks like we're not getting any news yet. So we shall see. It might just be an internet connection issue, unfortunately. It does happen. Yeah. Or maybe they just need some extra time to choose their army and whatnot. Alright, in that case, I'm just gonna download some replays and start casting them as well. Give me a second there. Okay. Right, let's see. Alright, let's get the replays going while we're waiting for Mr. Crotic and Tresh to finish their games. Gamen versus Beastman here. First round from Milky Way and Mr. Crotic. This is gonna be a rough one. as the weapons team's tactics might be a bit rough against the mobility available to the Beastmen. We shall see. Not seeing any poison globes, which I'm quite surprised. They are the Skaven's best bet of clearing out the Beastmen infantry and cavalry, and not seeing them is might be a bit rough. We shall see here for the Beastmen army on the far side. Actually, a front line of Pestigors and Ungor's spears, very wide, going super wide with all that infantry and then mobility of the Centaurs on the side. Just a ton of Centaurs, 2 melee ones, 2 throwing axes ones. Same goes for the other side of the battlefield. In this guys, multiple harpies scattered across the battlefield, ready to jump on the weapons teams. And Malagor the Dark Omen flying around. Already the Pestigors are being shot by the Skavens, who did bring some weapons teams here. Natty Bubble Sharpshooter and the Teeth Breakers Rattling guns are actually decent now. For some reason, seems like their aiming issues have been fixed. A front line of Claret Spears as a little bit of speed bump, and some Ashen Triads behind them. Ashen Triads, I don't think you should be bringing these guys into the battlefield, because they're good at dealing with armored targets. Armor Sundering, Armor Piercing, both really good at debuffing and penetrating enemy armor, but the Beastmen don't have any armor outside of Pestigors. But that's it. That's all the armor they have. Maybe Chariots, but that's all the armor they have. And Ashen Triads are just, all that armor piercing and armor sundering are just not necessary into this matchup. You're better off just saving those money and buying more Claret Spears and Skaven Slave Spears as a kind of speed bump, and most importantly, Night Runners to maybe skirmish and screen against the enemy Centaurs in this matchup. Yeah, as much as I love Ashen Triads, I love their design, I love how they fight. Like, it's like an offensive halberd unit. But yeah, you don't bring them into a Beastman match, unfortunately. I'm sorry. You maybe even just cut them out and bring freaking Storm Vermins would be better, honestly. Other than that, we have some Red Ogres for mass, and leading the army, Snitch, supported by a Chieftain and a Warlock Engineer with Howling Warp Gale and Flensing Ruin. Natty Bubble is already opening up at the Pestigors, thinning out their numbers, but of course there are no Avalanche Mortars, so it's gonna take them some time to work through the numbers of their opponents there. Well, it looks like the second round battles are done, and we are in the third round. We're fighting against Tretch. God bless our internet connection soon. But yeah, Howling Warp Gale onto Malagor the Dark Omen, but the Teeth Breakers are not in the position to immediately punish it. So we only have 16 more seconds, and yeah, it's still taking the Teeth Breaker some time to work him down. Especially the model of Malagor is small. Like, it's a foot size model, a regular foot infantry size model, and it's flying, so if it gets shot, it just shifts around a lot when it gets staggered. So a lot of the shots have been missed in that regard. And oh no, the Ashen Triads, they are stationing themselves to counteract the enemy charge, but they're facing off against the Pestigors, which are not their specialty. To deal with low armor infantry is not going to be a cost-efficient fight for them. Also, they're eating a bunch of throwing axes in the face. Yes, they do have that physical resistance to mitigate some of the incoming damage, but they can only do so much. And yeah, the Centaurs are going to just try and pull some poor Clan Reds. And Red Ogres, some of them are not in the position to counteract that charge. And the Ashen Triads are getting shredded in both melee and at range. While the Harpies are going to keep those Natty Bull Sharpshooter and Teeth Breakers busy, and Red Ogres and Clan Reds are a little bit too slow to counteract that threat. So yeah, it is going to be a rough one, a very rough start for the Skavens here, unfortunately. And Centaurs are running in, and yeah. Yeah, I think we can fast forward here, actually. Actually, the front line wise, Claret Spears actually lost their fight in the front line. Did the Warlock Engineer drop abilities and stuff in? Oh wait! Oh, Deathmaster Snake uses Beyblade ability, the War of Weeping Blade, which is great at demolishing enemy units. Very concentrated, but very high damage vortex. But yeah. Harpies are being dispatched by the Red Ogres, but the problem is the weapon teams are no more. They just took too much damage by those flyers, and the Red Ogres are a bit slow to react. Ashen Triads also just taking way too much damage from those Pestigors. And despite the Red Ogre help, the left flank is lost. Right flank is barely holding, but the flanks don't matter anymore now that the weapon teams are gone, right? And Red Ogres are being overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of Senegals here. They don't have a whole lot of armor, and they also are losing out in terms of numbers. Just look at how quickly they go down on their HP bar. Yeah, the Red Ogres are done for, and Chieftain is still fighting, but yeah, I don't think that matters much anymore. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna speed things up a bit. As the Senegals are cleaning up some of the Red Ogres, there's still a lot of Skaven's melee presence around. And the Flensing Rune is draining down Malagor the Dark Omen. But those Flock of Dooms are still adding up over time. And the Skavens are just not... Yeah, one big problem... Another big problem for the Skaven is that... Wait, is that the... Yeah, it's the Weeping Blade again. Does it do friendly fire damage? I don't think it does. Oh wait, it probably does. It doesn't say anything about friendly fire. So it probably does friendly fire damage, but... yeah, I don't think that ability alone is going to be enough to save the Skavens here. As there's just so many Senegals to deal with. Like, the biggest problem over here is that once the Skaven lose a unit, they're not going to save it. They have no ways to retrieve it, as there are enough Senegals to make sure every single routed Skaven unit is chased away. And yeah, Snitch is just being avoided right now. There's no good targets for him to fight. And as a result, yeah, he's just not fighting, he's just not getting a good fight that he wants, while the rest of his army is just getting chased down by the Beastmen. And that shall be GG here, with victory belonging to the Beastmen. Alright, we are gonna go and fight Lizard Boys now, with an all-melee Norscan. Oh wait, well, no magic Norscan. We're still able to field some missile units, I think. We shall see here. I still want to bring Famia, despite that is not a great choice, but I still want to bring them regardless. What else? Claret Spears. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about in this battle. As the Skaven, I don't think they have the best army composition against the Beastmen in this battle. Flock of them did a lot of great damage, and the mobility are just a bit too much for the Skavens to deal with, unfortunately. Especially the two weapons teams are occupied by 3 units of Harpies. And yeah, the front line simply lost for the Skavens. Alright, next up, we are gonna go and fight Tretch. Pillar of Bone. Pillar of Bone, it's quite a narrow map, so we're probably just gonna rush. We shall see here. We have to bring throwing axes because we... Oh wait, hold on. We can probably afford bring Wolfric in this matchup, I guess. We don't have to always bring... yeah, we'll bring Hunter of Champions and Seafang and Fight or Die. And he's still coming out cheaper than yeah, than Throg with a Fight or Die. Huh. Not bring Berserkers, I don't think. Just gonna bring more Marauders, throwing axes. Yeah, because we don't have a lot of armor, or maybe do we want the anti-large? Maybe we do actually. Yeah, let's just bring that. Yeah, and should I just bring him on foot? Maybe I should, and just afford some more spears on the back line, maybe. We shall see what happens here. That's about it. And we don't have money for Or maybe we should just bring a horse and bring another warhound. Yeah, 0 gold left over. That'll do. We just bring a lot of Javis, and yeah. Familiar Warriors and Marauders can deal with Skinks on the front line, and everything else I'll just have to keep the Mortar Hunters alive to deal with them. Yep, that would do. Probably not the most ideal composition, but whatever. Rattling guns are so good at spraying the air with pretty green dots. Actually, I think the rattling guns are a pretty decent missile unit these days. Yeah, I think they actually hit things, as long as it's not like shifting around. Of course, like if they are like freaking Malagor, who is like flying around, and when it staggers, it will just shakes around a bunch and forcing the shots to miss. Then it's a different meta, but it actually can it actually can land hits decently these days, I think, killing monsters and stuff. Alright, we're just waiting for our opponent now. Hopefully they'll be here, but yeah, we shall see. Just waiting and loading those javelins, waiting for our opponent to show up and pincushion all that dinos. But we shall see what happens here. Maybe they wouldn't even bring dinos. Who knows? Wait. Is our opponent? Oh, wait. Looks like their first Discord account was down? Alright, so I've tagged the wrong account. Apparently the first one was down, so it's a second account. My bad. Shit. That explains why they didn't get my message. Alright, they're here. We're good. I mean, my army doesn't need any adjustment, so I'm ready to fight anytime. It's 0 gold left over, no caster. I mean, you have the Lure of Boats, but that's only one spell, that's fine. But yeah, we're ready to go. Hell yeah. I just hope there's no Spirit Leech on the other side. That would be awkward. Alright. Yeah, sorry, I think my throat still isn't in its best condition right now. Yeah. Like, I was still coughing till roughly around this weekend, and it just disappeared over the weekend. But yeah, it's if you remember 2 weeks ago, my the stream I did was still like kind of littered with coughs all around because of like a cold I caught a few weeks ago. But yeah, I think I was mostly fine. Still got probably a little bit of minor stuff lingering, but overall I should be fine. But yeah, sorry if I need to clear my throat a few times. It's also just also it's getting cold and it's not great for talking a long periods of time. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we are rolling with Wolfric, Lore of Boats, and looks like we are gonna have to deal with a little bit of a lag today, but it'll be fine. I think it's fine. Alright, let's see what happens. We're ready to go, so yeah, just gonna message my opponent. Alright, looks like my opponent is ready as well, so we're just gonna good luck, have fun. Oh shit, it is a... I was not expecting Shredder, but I hope my monster can hold on to it. Now, Hunter of Champions does not work here. Because it is not a... Oh wait, hold on. Lord Mazda. Kill that first. We need to kill that first. Okay, what we need is a Familiar plus Wolfric's Hunter of Champions on Lord Mazdamundi and a shit ton of Javis. We need to kill Mazdamundi first to deny the healing. But can we do it? That's the real question. We also have Familiars, but Marauders and Familiars can probably help dealing with those front line. Wait, oh shit, it's a triple. Oh shit, that is gonna be a bit of an issue. I'm glad I brought out the javelins, but I don't know if we have enough AP or anti-armor abilities here to deal with the enemy units. The dinos are going to be a problem. Oh, the ODM army shifting thingy. Oh, I hate it. I mean, it's a very valid tactic. I just hate it. Hate dealing with it. It's annoying. Which is, again, completely valid. You should be able to annoy your opponents and just deny them from doing what they want to do. But oh, all right. I just have to make sure everything is like standing in the right formation. Nothing's. Alright, just charge them. I don't give a shit about. Now we can eat the Javis, it's fine. We have enough armor and look at them just not even flinching at all to the Javis. It's great. All that missile resistant from the miss ability is so nice. I love Amuse for this sole reason. It's just everyone is like, oh shoot the monsters. Nah, I don't give a shit. It's great. Alright, can we shoot Mazdamundi? Alright, they're backing up with some of those. Alright, we can start shooting them. Oh shit, oh shit. Alright, just keep shooting up, whatever. Pull back a bit. Just keep shooting them, and you guys come over and Oh wait, hold on. And you guys move up and oh shit. Nothing stopping those monsters here. Oh shit. Alright. Alright, there's nothing stopping the Familiar, unfortunately. I mean, nothing stopping the Jetsorian. Fucking hell. My opponent did a really good job in shutting down my Javis. Holy shit.
Yes, Lord. Drag us to the
And now I'm down to one of them. I don't have anything to stop the freaking Dretzorian. He's just farming our forward infantry. So painful. That hurts a lot. Just getting farmed, damn it. Alright, just kill everything else, I guess.
The dark gods command me. Yes.
Do we even have enough? Yeah, the hounds are just not there to do anything. There's nothing for the hounds to do right now. And yeah, okay. Just come back and start shooting, I guess. Wolfric, you might want to get out of there. The Dretzorian's coming. The Shredder is coming.
I'll take hit. Easy. Waste no time. Quickly now. Moving out. What do you bid?
Alright, you guys just deal with the Javis for now. Okay, we still have some Javis left around, lying around here. But there's still one more, Oh wait, what happened to the dogs here? Oh shit. You know what? Come back. We do have enough leadership left for that, from the mist. Alright, you guys come over here to kill them. You guys stand on the capture point. And you guys start turning around and start focusing down stuff on the other side. Wolfric maybe come in for a hit their tails or something. Javis, you need to keep shooting. Okay, we have enough monsters still alive and being relatively healthy right now, which is great. Right, come back. Deal with them right now. The hounds are quite weak, but they can probably come back and help. You guys just keep moving back. Lag is happening. Unfortunately, it happens again, but whatever. We just deal with it. Just keep shooting down. Not Mazdamundi. The dual heal is a little bit annoying, but we'll have to deal with it one way or the other. Alright, you guys come back actually and go fight some skinks. Alright, you guys, you know what, you guys stand and hold it back a bit. Pull back and Marauders come over here and start chewing up those infantry support. I need to keep shooting at Mazdamundi. You guys as well, just shoot at Mazdamundi. We have, okay, we need to bolt something. Alright, come back. It's landing, the hit's coming. The ruination of cities, it's gonna ruin my city. Wolfric, you might want to pull back now. Oh fuck, it still went straight through. Oh shit, the ruination of cities RNG is not on my, is not helping me today. Not enjoying it at all. Might have to send in more Familiars and javelins. You guys keep shooting. Lord Mazdamundi is a little bit down on that armor, so we just have to shoot everything we have onto the guy and try to bring him down. It's hard, but we just have to try. Get a hit on him, please. Oh yes, the javelin, it's coming in. The armor sundering is coming in. Oh, 63 HP, 63 armor left, and a shit ton of javelins slaughtering the guy. Yes, get him. Get him! Alright, we're still getting banished. Whatever. But the money is down, and we have, we are grinding this one out. We are grinding this one out, guys! Alright, we're getting it. We're getting him. We're getting him. The money is going down today. The hounds are getting slaughtered. It's fine. It's all about taking down Mazdamundi. Can you finish him first, please, before shooting anything else? Alright, and we're beating up the skinks as well, so we're just gonna munch stuff. Alright, just kill him. We need to knock him out. We can kill other stuff later, but Mazdamundi has to go down and has to go down. Right about now. Alright, you guys can pull back a bit now. Hounds come over and intercept that while my monsters are still mashing the enemy monsters. Alright, cool. Mazdamundi going down really helps. The Dreadsaurian leadership is not holding up nicely anymore. Hounds can come over here and chill up the skinks, and I think we got this. I think we got this. I think we got this, guys! Famir's OP, baby! Warframe instantly regretting calling the Shredder mom fat and Shredder language. It's fine, it's fine. Alright, cool. Yeah. Nah. Do you think Warframe give a shit about calling him a mama fat? He's the one smashing the mama there. Right, okay, there we go. Oh, Dreadsaurian leadership just tanked after, the Dreadsaurian leadership just tanked after, after Mazdamundi died. Huh, actually, when you think about it, yeah, Norska is a Viking raider, right? So yeah, if anything, he should be the one who banged your mama last night. Yeah, sorry about the mama joke. Alright, yeah. He ran away, so yeah, he cared. He did care about the Dreadsaurian mama, I guess. But yeah, oh yeah, man, I just love the Famirs. Yeah. Yeah, the Warframe the Wanderer plus Famir plus Famir armor summoning plus the Hunter of Champions is like minus 60 armor. So that tanked the armor on Mazdamundi and really boosted the damage on all those Javis a lot. Getting 1,889 damage. Oh boy. And 1,000 damage on this one too. So yeah, all the Javis earned back their worth. Remember, they only cost like, what, 550 each? So 3 times its own value is pretty insane, all things considered. The Marauders did well just holding their own against the Skinks, because all that value actually just went into the Javelins doing their work. The Famirs are a very tanky monster. I mean, the armor doesn't do much against the Shredder, but it does really well against Javelins, especially with that minus 50% missile damage with the from the miss ability and their innate missile resistance. They just tank, man. Like, they just shrug off missiles, even armor-piercing bullets. I think even cannons is like, eh. I mean, unless it's like a Grand Cannon from Cathay, then otherwise that I think they just shrug off missile fire, like it's nothing. And yeah, I think that this did really well, even without caster. Okay, the secret of playing Norska is just not playing with a caster, I guess. Warframe lore is also has the ability to insult everyone in their native tongue. Oh shit! That is actually a pretty funny ability. I love that. Love that little bit of Warhammer lore. Sometimes the Warhammer lore is just a wacky thing, and that's what we love Warhammer for. Like how Oxyalto is like the Doomslayer of wait, no, yeah. It is the Doom guy of Warhammer. Technically, if he can't speak, he can still hear. Yeah. What if? Okay, never mind. It's not a funny joke at that point. No, I'm just not gonna make that comment. Yeah. But Dreadsaurian did a lot of damage, but not enough to earn back his worth. And Mazdamundi being heavily focused by the firepower and the armor reduction is just not great for the guy. The javelins really paid off in this one. I was thinking whether I should went for the throwing axes or javis, but javis have extra range and extra anti-large, while the throwing axes doesn't have as much range and definitely would have struggled to land a hit from far away from the Shredder of Lustria. So the extra reach definitely helped, and yeah, GG. The double heal factor that was not enough against all that firepower in the end. Alright, that was a good game. The secret of playing Norska, just don't bring a caster. There we go. Alright, I think we can move on to round round 4, where we're fighting Milky Way with Skavens. Should I just bring Famirs again? But bring Famirs against Skaven. Wait, hold on. What if they bring? Yeah, I'm still bringing Famir, actually. Oh wait, no! Sigals have to bow out of the tourney? No! Ah well. Alright, let's just switch over to 20 grounds and get Milky Way. Yeah. Oh wait, Milky Way already have a cult? Never mind, I'm just gonna hop on over. Okay, hold on. There we go. Alright, Norska again. And this time I am playing Throg and no caster again. Once again, 3 Familiar Warriors because I like them. And they don't give a shit about weapons teams. They're actually, honestly in my opinion, they are a very strong unit. And Throg, fight or die. And just a bunch of Marauders, maybe? You know what, I can just bring a Chieftain this time. Whatever the fuck. And I just hope they don't bring I just hope they don't bring a freaking yeah, I just hope they don't bring. Oh wait, hold on. Do I bring these for me? The Stalkers to just Vanguard? I'm so tempted. Oh wait, hold on. Do we have any more Vanguard troops? No, we don't have. Wait, hold on. Hold the fuck up. Oh no, these guys can't Vanguard. Oh shit. Hold on. Hold on. Still 3 more thousand gold. Oh no, we don't have enough Vanguard troops. No. Oh god damn it. Yes, Ice Wolves can't Vanguard, which is weird. You would expect them to Vanguard. Yeah, Skin Wolves doesn't Vanguard either. No. My dream of a heavy Vanguard Norscan army or something like that. I don't know. Right, that's not happening. So yeah, back to the drawing board, guys. Another couple for Muse, one more from the back, I guess, and then. Actually, Wolfric on Mammoth. Fighter Die Sea Fang, and in case they're bringing a one thing, we will need some hunters with Javis, and I guess Marauders and Hounds, probably. Actually, we already got a bunch of Hounds, so Javis and a bit more Hounds. Hold on, how many familiars can I bring? I do wonder. Give me a second. Hold on. Hold on. I can bring 4 familiars, regular ones, not the great weapons one. I can bring 4 familiars. Oh boy! All right, I'm bringing familiars. Wait, hold on. I on one hand I want to bring more familiars, but on the other hand, Skavens do struggle to deal with familiars unless they're bringing the thing. Oh wait, no, there probably are some Ashen Triads. We've seen that happening. Whatever. I want to play Familiars. I'm just gonna bring Familiars. Ah well. We still have some money left, like 100 gold. What can I? Full Seeker then, I guess. All right, let's go. 0 gold left. 3 max. Oh wait, hold on. I thought Fruit Rule says, unless there's a new Fruit Rules. Fruit Rule says like 4 great weapon, dual weapon for me. Ah well, whatever. We'll just adjust them. RR counts. 3 max of each variant. RR counts. Right. Oh, that's weird. Because for some reason, on the Fruit Rules page, it's like 4 familiar dual weapons, and then 1 familiar, 3 familiars with great weapons, which is I'm not sure which ones. Or we can bring 1 dual great weapon familiar. Oh, well, we don't have the money. Well, in that case, we can bring some. Actually, we need some skin wolves. When I think about it, and turn off the fight or die, and then I need 100 gold. Damn it, where? I just don't have the money. Oh, things are expensive, and I really want to bring the Mist Stalkers too. Alright, fine, I'll just bring a regular chieftain. Whatever. Happy? Second skin wolf, and then fight or die. Yeah, there we go. And then I guess this. Now we have gold left over, which means our army is no longer perfect. Alright, we're going in with a weird army, I dare say. Yeah. Just them hiding. And gonna jump, they're gonna jump the Skavens from behind. We've got like hounds scattered across the map some javelins in case we need to do some kiting, and then a front line of marauders and familiars to just charge the enemy formation. Skin wolves on the side for flanking, and a couple Javis in case we need to deal with Thing. It's always a problem. It's always a possibility that the Skivens might just bring out their giant monster piece. Alright, actually we just let the Murder Chieftain stand behind trees. And yeah, that's our army. Now the only problem is, will they jump on my backline with wolf rats? Alright, because even if the Marauder Javelins can do okay in melee, if they get recharged by hounds, they'll still lose the fight pretty bad. So we shall see. Oh, there's no... Oh shit, they don't have any missiles. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I was prepared for weapons teams, not this. You guys can move to the back line, I guess. Just get ready to rear charge. And the javelins can shoot at red ogres, I guess. It's weird because we're seeing more and more Skaven melee focus build these days. You don't see that often, but I'm glad that happened. Oh fuck, storm vermins. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. Oh boy. Oh shit. I'm just gonna turn on skirmish mode. I know it's like a crutch for players with shit micro, but I'm a player with shit micro, so I don't know, man. Alright, pull back. And start throwing. Pull back. You guys try to jump the enemy back line or something. And oh boy, we're losing pretty hard. Alright, first wave done. Now slap on the second wave and go and fight them. Alright, just move on over there. Just give up on fighting those guys. Shoot those javelins over there. Maybe we might actually lose this one. I don't know.
Bring us the carnage! The dark gods command.
Just pull back some of the troops there, and yeah. Wait, are my others? Oh, the skin wolves got caught. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, I forgot about them. All right, those skin wolves are dead, like dead. Whatever. Can't really do much about that.
Command us. Charge! Kill them!
Can we do a rear charge on those storm vermins and just get them down? Yeah, Ashen Tries does counter Familius pretty hard with the armor sundering and piercing. That was a pretty good call from our opponent there. Javelins are dealt with. They don't really have a good target to fight anyway, so I don't really expect them to do well here. Mammoth is doing things, but it's not doing enough.
Chaos Marauders! Take it, Summoner!
The skin wolves are dead. Oh, they're here killing. Okay, we'll just leave them there. Skin wolves, you can keep pulling back. I don't really want you to stay there and fight or anything. Hounds are dead.
Positioning! With speed! Ogres
Alright, Storm Vermins over here are actually cleaned up, which is nice. We just bully some other troops nearby and no, these murder horsemen are getting shredded. That was not great.
Get them!
Alright, fighting freaking Storm Vermin is not good for the soul. Just avoid those fights for now and bully some more infantry with the mammoths. Yeah, that was a good call. Skavens are usually weak against monstrous infantry, but what is good against monstrous infantry? Halberd units, and very nice cost-efficient one is actually a surprisingly cost-efficient one is actually. Oh fuck! What? What? Why are you bricking? Why are you losing the? Oh, where there? Ashen. Oh yeah, there are Ashen Triads in the fight. Fuck. I didn't see that. Shit. That was bad.
Take it, Senator! Your will!
Alright, keep shredding them, I guess, and just pull back, I guess. There's no point fighting these guys in the fight in there. Oh, yep, there goes the. I think there goes the chieftain. That's there's too many assassins. The funny thing is the okay, I guess the secret of winning games is just don't bring a caster. Because that's exactly what my opponent did. Freaking Snickage and double assassin. Alright. You guys can pull back a bit and then send in a few more monsters on the other side. And intercept them. You guys come over here. Yeah, the Familiars are somehow regrouped. I don't have anything to save my lord though, so he's dead. He's freaking dead. And the Familiars are doing so much work, man. I mean, no, not the Familiars. The Ashen Triads are doing so much work against my monsters. Man, that's pretty brutal. Oh. Alright, yeah. Looks like it's a victory to my opponent in this game. Very nicely done by Milky Way. Alright, let's see if we can route off a few more units. Also mean leaving those oh wait, why you guys came back? Wow. Me leaving those skin wolves on the left flank wasn't great at the start too. But yeah, my opponent well played. I was not expecting a full melee Skaven rush. And Norskins getting beaten in their own game, losing to a Skaven melee rush. Oh boy. Who would have thought? And also, neither side brought magic, so it's just a full-on melee beatdown, smackdown between the two. Very nicely played by my opponent there. GG to our opponent Milky Way, and I think we might have a tie. We might have a tie in the... Yeah, we might have a tie in today's tourney. Multiple players getting 2 wins only. Nobody has a clean triple win for a obvious winner or anything. Yeah. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah. It's it's between me and Contrarian Codex, and maybe fuck. Everyone is just like 2 wins, 2 wins, and 2 wins. Shit. Who's the winner? We can't just declare, oh, everyone is a winner for today. That's not how tournament works. We might... Maybe we need to get a 5th round. Alright, we will have to go on. Excuse me for a second here. We have a 5-way draw, because we have 5 players getting 2 wins throughout the tourney. Yeah, but I think some players can't get enough, like, not everyone can have enough time for another round, so I think we might just declare everyone the winner. Because it's a heavy, like, everyone just have a similar amount of wins and loss, and, yeah. We might actually have to declare everyone the winner, actually. That would be funny. That's funny as hell. Yeah, it's a draw. It's a draw. 5 players have 2 wins, and the remaining players who doesn't have 2 wins they have bye round, so we don't know if they would have gotten another win if they get a 4th game. Alright, let me just make a Discord announcement. Yeah. I don't think we've ever ran into this problem before in the tourney, because there's always usually a very clean winner, winning 3 games straight down, but unfortunately I couldn't get the 3rd win myself. Neither did Contrarian Codex. Neither of us got a 3rd win. So, yeah. None of us got a 3rd win, so yeah, it is going to be a draw today. There's no semis finals, unfortunately, because not everyone can have time to play for another round. Actually, I'm just gonna... But yeah, that also means that today's games are very close, all things considered. A lot of back and forth between the players. Hope everyone had fun in the tourney. After this, after making the Discord announcement, we'll be moving on to the replay section, which is not a lot of replays, to be fair. Yeah, because I've taken quite a few breaks over the past few weeks, and which means the 20 are not gonna be as not gonna have as much signups as before, due to the breaks in a regular schedule. Yeah. All right. So army performances there. I just got out traded in every single engagement, pretty much, because my opponent is definitely ready for a Norscan melee, especially with a Famir monster rush. A lot of anti-large, anti-armor components there. Ashen Triads, Storm Vermins, even the Plague Monk Sensor Bearers have some pretty good anti-armor capabilities, and just a ton of melee units in general. Even bringing triple assassins, assassinating my my Skin Wolves and then the Marauder Chieftain as well. While my Marauders in melee are just losing against Red Ogres and Storm Vermins and Sensor Bearers as well, just getting beat up by straight up better units. Marauder Hunters actually earned back their worth. Unfortunately, just not enough to get more value than that to carry the game, and Marauder Horsemen just constantly pressured by the enemy chaff, not having the space to skirmish. Just keep getting pushed back by meaningless melee units, which they are not going to earn much value from shooting. So yeah, very well played by my opponent there, getting the exact army that definitely predicting my Famuse, but yeah, a very nice melee rush build for the Skavens there. Also no caster, another great thing about this build. Just two melee units duking it out, and in the end the Skavens came out on top. Very nicely done by my opponent there. Let me just get the replays, and yeah, that should be it. Yeah, okay, let me get the replays, and then that will be the replay section of today's stream. Give me a second there. 1, 2. Wait, I think I'm missing a replay. Oh, wait, there we go. 5, 6. Yep, that's. We've got 6 more replay. Actually, 7 more replays to go. So that will be quite some nice action to see. Alright, let's see. Next up, we have Greenskins versus. We have the first round where we saw the Skaven versus Beastmen. Now we have the Greenskin versus. Greenskins versus Skavens. And the Greenskins trying to give the Skavens a taste of their own medicine, going artillery heavy, trying to long range domination, trying to go for long range domination, and hammer that Skaven formation. Skaven one was rough, but the back-to-back wins against the ODM chaps was awesome, Lich. Yeah, that was. To be fair, but the ODM chaps wasn't bringing the most meta build, so they definitely pulled punches there. But yeah, those especially the Vampire game, that was a fun battle. But yeah, managed to deal with the Pentabloat. So that was a nice stuff to see, and also for me, it actually counters the Sirens pretty hard. Now, for the army build here, the Greenskins going super wide. That feels very Skaven-y, honestly. A lot of Goblin spears in the front line, backed up by 3 rock lobbers from the Gobbles. And then some Gobble archers. With Stone Trolls on the flanks there, they have decent armor and missile resistance, so they can mitigate incoming missile damage decently. Squake Herds on the flanks as well. Leading the army is a Night Goblin War Boss. Yeah, there we go. Hiding in the forest with Tormentor Sword, Fermented Fungi, and Spite of the Bad Moon. Also, Epic Loonies, Vanguard deployed, ready to unleash those Loonies upon the Skaven flanks, but we shall see there if they can actually do so. Night Goblin Big Boss. Just kind of like forward deployed. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. And Giant River Troll Hack on the front lines, ready to do some Spirit Leeches, Doom and Darkness, and yeah, Doom and Darkness and Purple Son of Zerus, the enemy army. For the Skavens, boxing up pretty hard there. Front line of Clan Rats and Skaven. No slaves at the back, probably. Yeah, Skaven slaves at the back with some Ashen Triads. Really taking a liking to the Skaven Ashen troops here with all those Triads deployment from Milky Way. Red Ogres providing some mass and anti-armor there, and a few Rattling Guns in the middle. to rain down deadly fire. Storm Vermin's on the flanks and leading army. Quick Hat Taker ready to duel enemy characters, and hopefully he can get a good fight. And supported by Plague Priest with Vermintide and Wither. Yeah, that's for the army builds here. Let's see what happens. Can the Rattling Guns suppress the enemy advance with their firepower? We shall see here, but looks like the Rock Lobbers are going to start the long-range suppression on their side, lobbing rocks over to the weapons teams. Doesn't matter if you're armored or not, these are heavy rocks flying at you from at like 50, 70 kilometers per hour or something, maybe 100. So they're gonna smash you, even if you're a freaking Red Ogre. We're already seeing some losses on the Skaven side, losing. Well, looks like the Red Ogre actually survived the face tanking the shot from the Rock Lobber there. Multiple shots. But yeah, the Rock Lobbers are slowly hammering away at the Rattling Guns, who are already suffering some losses, but now they are turning over to just rain fire upon the enemy infantry. Unfortunately, despite saying anti-infantry, their best role isn't anti-infantry but anti-monsters. You can see how deadly their shots can be, shredding through a quarter of the Stone Troll's HP, while against like Skaven Slaves, they really struggle to do the damage. Oh wait, no, Skaven Slave? What? I'm not talking. Against Goblins and Gobble Spears, they're really struggling to do the damage. They need something with like big enough hitboxes to actually land shots. Like the Goblins are taking damage, duking it out against Clan Rats. Front lines clashing, and here comes the Epic Loonies. Not doing anything yet. They're not unleashing the loons yet. Alright, here they go. And unfortunately walking straight into their own loons, but still doing some really nasty damage to the Skaven Slaves, so they just need to duke it out against the Red Ogres. While Quick Hat Taker rushing straight into a frontline fight, but surrounded by anti-infantry armor piercing squeaks, and on top of that being spirit leeched by the Giant River Troll hack, I assume, getting some damage already. And yeah, jumping into the fight with some stone trolls. Oh, but those Rattling Guns are gonna shred through their HP. Yeah, things are not looking too hot for the Skaven front line though. A lot of their Red Ogres are being shredded by simply superior enemy monsters. Storm Vermins are pushing in. Same goes for the Ashen Triads, I assume. But yeah, the War Boss and the AP Loonies managed to shred through some Red Ogres, and they can move on to the next target soon. While some Stone Trolls have pushed their way into the enemy backline there, shutting down one of the Rattling Guns. Ashen Triads are trying to kill them off. But yeah, things are not looking great for the Skavens, as all their Rattling Guns are offline. All of them are being knocked out. These guys included there, as the Stone Trolls simply pushes straight through, ignoring the enemy frontline defenses and shutting down those weapons teams. One of the Rattling Guns are coming back, but there comes the Night Goblin War Boss just to keep them occupied, while the rest of the Stone Trolls, Gobbles, are just swarming the enemy frontline there with sheer quality and quantity. Both actually works here. And Rock Lobbers continues to hammer away at the enemy units here. I don't think they have done that much, did they? Yeah, not a whole lot of damage value, honestly. And now being shut down by the Clan Rats moving in. But yeah, overall seems like the Greenskins having a little bit of advantage here. Overwhelming the enemy defenses. Yeah, walking into the enemy backline, shutting down those missiles. And yeah, once those missiles are gone, it's down to the Storm Vermins carrying it to get there. And oh god, Quick Hat Taker trying to duel the Night Goblin War Boss. Normally he would win that fight, but there is a nasty Spirit Leech going on from that Giant River Troll hack. So yeah, Quick Hat Taker is not enjoying it at all. I mean, he's still smashing that poor Goblin War Boss, but here comes Stone Trolls, and yeah, Quick Hat Taker is not gonna enjoy that fight with all those monsters eating him up. The artillery has been shut down on both. Missiles have been shut down on both sides. Goblin archers are being pushed back by Red Ogres and Clan Rats, but overall seems like the self-regenerating Stone Trolls are emerging victorious in terms of the monster smashing. As the Red Ogres are very depleted and does not have any access to any HP recovery. Rock Labbers meant Rattling guns had to run at me instead of me at them. That's probably pretty much as important as the damage value they got, in my opinion. Yeah, indeed. The Rattling guns couldn't just sit back and wait for you to get to approach their shooting range. And yeah, I think that one messes up with their targeting priority, and 2 messes up with their formation as well. And yeah, that is a very nice choice actually. Just giving the Skavens their own taste of their medicine, using long range assets to take the initiative in the battlefield. And yeah, once the Skaven starts moving upwards, they just couldn't really deal with the rush from the melee rush from the stone trolls and gobbles combined. Oh, and more importantly, because the units are being committed to the front line, there are less units at the back protecting the Rattling guns, and that's why the Apex Loonies were able to get in. And also the Night Gobble War Boss. Oh, nice fermented fungi. We've seen the fermented fungi earlier. I didn't really highlight it onto the Rattling guns, and here comes another one. Still have 1 use of fermented fungi left, kind of basically just forcing them into a melee charge, and that means they're temporarily unable to fire. But yeah, I feel like he should have just jumped into the Rattling guns and ooh, Tormentor's Sword now. Locking them down, and they can't run away. Will have to be caught in melee by the Night Goblin War Boss and getting hacked down. The frontline fight was a Skaven victory because of the Ashen Triads and Storm Vermins. The sheer quality just outclasses the goblins by a significant amount. But yeah, there are still some stone trolls regenerating on the far end. Goblin spears still relatively healthy, but most importantly, the stone trolls are just regenerating and keeping the balance of power high for the greenskins. And yeah, there's also the Giant River Troll hack as well. Now trying to run away from the Ashen Triads. Not anymore. Will be caught. Same goes for stone trolls over here. But ooh, some Rattling guns have returned. That might be a problem if they can keep shooting, but that is a big if here. All the flags on the Skaven side is flashing. Quick Hat Taker is dead. All that Spirit Leeches did get to him in the end. It's not good for health. And all those Skavens are just breaking right now. Spirit Leech once again. Oh wait, Doom and Darkness onto the Ashen Triads, forcing them into an early rout due to how tattered they are. And yeah, they can't fight anymore. And man, Giant River Troll hack is still so healthy here. Same goes for the Night Goblin War Boss, accounting for a large amount of the balance of power advantage for the greenskins. And then here comes the army losses. Maybe the Rattling guns did shatter because of enemies approaching them. But there are still some Skaven troops on the side. Ooh, Plague Priest being lured into the melee fight by fermented fungi. And the Night Goblin War Boss is just gonna go and smash him up. Yeah, the Greenskins are gonna win this one here. Quickly shattered. Actually shattered and ran off the map. Wow, that's not very Molder. That's not very... wait, that's Clan Moors. Yeah, that's not very Moors of you, right? That's Clan Moors, right? Yeah, Clan Moors. That's not very Moors of you. You freaking Queek. Yeah, he didn't really earn that much value there, getting Spirit Leech constantly. That's why you don't usually bring Quick Hat Taker. He is just unfortunately not a great lord, but this is a casual game, of course, so that's where you experiment with random meme units, like Quick Hat Taker. Footlords, unfortunately, is just in a rough spot, failing to catch their opponents. The Night Goblin War Boss and the Giant River Troll hack both are faster than him. He did kill the Night Goblin Big Boss, but he didn't really get any good engagements otherwise. And yes, Storm Vermin's hard carrying the Skavens, but just not quite enough to save the day here. Just kind of grinding through the horde of enemy front line and getting those damage on the stone trolls. And yeah, unfortunately, it is the victory for the Greenskins today, or fortunately for the Greenskins. Spirit Leech is very good against Skaven leadership as long as they're not fraught the unclean. Yeah. And as Corio mentioned earlier, the Hammer of Gork and Rock Lobbers gave him that control on the battlefield, forcing their opponent to run towards him, and which means forcing them to make movements that are not ideal, and in the process making some certain mistakes, allowing Kirill to exploit that, sending in those flanking units of the Goblin War Boss and those 8-peak loonies, and also Stone Trolls pushing in and shutting down those Rattling guns in the end. Very nicely done here. And yeah, the gobbles here are mostly speed bumps to just slow down the enemy advance, buying more time for the Spirit Leech, the Stone Trolls, the Apex Loonies to do their thing. Yeah, very nice. Alright, next up, actually let me just delete some more older files, because it's just occupying the save space and not doing anything in the meantime. Alright, cool. Next up we have we've played that Lizardman versus Beastman. Once again we're seeing a Dreadsaurian. Seems like Tretch is really into Dreadsaurian today. We're seeing multiple Dreadsaurians throughout the game so far. Alright, for the army belts here, for the Beastmen we have a front line of Ungor Spearheads, and then flanked by some Pestigors for their armor piercing, meaning that they can do damage even against Koan Cavalry and Dinos. A bunch of Sandogors here, 2 throwing axes, 2 regular melee ones, and some more Chaos War Hounds scattered on the front lines, and maybe some of the Vanguard deployment zones as well. I mean, it's a full Vanguard Beastman army, really. Yeah, same goes for the Senegals on this left flank as well. And in the skies, Malagor the Dark Omen leading the army with Flock of Doom, and Flock of Doom only. Of course, there's something... Wait, he didn't bring something wicked this way comes? I guess it's the Lizardman, so they don't usually worry about leadership. And kind of meaningless to bring that ability, I suppose. Bestial Surge for that spell passive, Unholy Power for extra power regeneration. For the Lizardmen here, a front line of skink cohorts with Javis, regular skinks, and then some more cohort of Sotek as well. Skink skirmishers and the Koan Spear Riders on both flanks. And leading the army is a live Slange Mage Priest with Earthblood Regrowth, Bound Banishment, Blood Statue of Spite, Shield of the Old One supporting a Shredder of Lustria once again. We shall see what kind of terror will it unleash upon the Beastmen. And that -8 leadership, I think it's -8. Yeah, -8 leadership of Dread Aversion would be really neat against an Ungor front line, which always have a flimsy leadership to it. And yeah, that's it for the army builds. Let's just watch the armies clash. Actually, let's speed up a bit here, since both armies are taking their time. Oh, there was a Flock of Doom here, draining down some of the skinks. So that means the Lizardmen do have to start pushing. They don't want to stand around for too long and getting drained down by the Flock of Doom. Although the Dreadsaurian is just using that machine gun blow dart to whittle down the enemies for a bit, occupying that capture point here. Neither can actually... Oh wait, no, the capture is starting now with the Lizard Boys around the area. But at the same time, the Beastmen aren't just sitting there idly and waiting for the Lizardmen to come to them. They're also moving those Senegals around the flanks into a rear charge position, ready to just dish out damage from behind and get some rear charges done. But however, the Pestigors are getting bullied by the Dreadsaurian here. And wait, I think that might have been a misclick. They were just trying to retreat, maybe? I'm not quite sure. But anyways, they're terrified. It doesn't really matter anyways. But the Senegals are all just moving around into position, but they are not really activating right now, leaving the Ungor front line to dead. Leaving them for dead. Just kind of just hanging them on to dry there as the... Here's... Hold on. I think that... YouTube is not receiving enough video. I hope you guys... I hope the video isn't buffering. Give me a second there. What is happening, YouTube? Wait, I hope the stream is still going alright. Not quite sure what's happening, because, getting a warning from YouTube. The bit rates are fine. There might be a little bit of drop frames in between. Not quite sure what's happening here. But yeah, back to the battle here. The Angors are being left to dry and just kind of died. Chaos Warhounds are being jumped by a bunch of Cohen Spear Riders and taking a good chunk of damage. I lost the basement, but I don't know if they have the tools to win this one. Maybe they still do. The 4-axis cavalry will be very key here. But leaving those infantry to dry is not a good call, I don't think. As they're losing the infantry support they need for hammer and anvils. Those hammers are still holding on, while the anvil is slowly breaking apart, which is not great, honestly. They really need to activate those Senegals for rear charges, especially this will be a beautiful downhill charge on some skin cohorts there. But yeah, the Angors are just kind of falling apart now. While the Senegals are just standing around doing nothing. I guess they're just afraid of the skink skirmishers, but they do need to commit. Otherwise, once the Angor is being dispatched, the Lizardman army can turn around and start dealing with the Senegals. Yeah, over here, the Senegals are being hit by the Blood Statue of Spite, quickly being terrified by the Dreadsaurian with a 1-2 punch. Soaring Axes are moving up, trying to whittle down the enemy armored cavalry. Not a bad call. They do need to take out the Slime Mage Priest before having any chance of dealing with that Dreadsaurian. But the Slime Mage Priest is being screened by all those Skavens. So yeah. They're just not doing... They're not really under threat for now with the Slime Mage Priest. While the Koan Cavalry are quickly pushing back those Senegals, trying to drive them away. Senegals will be delivering a rear charge onto them and then a sandwiching rear charge from the skink cohorts as well. And this would be a good time for more Senegals to just commit and pick off the skink cohorts. But at the same time, because the Senegals are being occupied by the Koan Cavalry, javelins from the skinks and also blow darts from the skinks are able to make short work of these very light armored cavalry there, routing both units at once at the cost of one Koan Spear Rider. Flock of Doom still continuously whittling down the enemy lizard boys. The problem is that the Beastmen are running out of melee troops. They still have 4 very healthy units of throwing axes, but the blow darts are here to screen them, which means they can't easily get onto the Shredder of Lustria. There are still some Pestigals and Senegals hidden away in the corners of the battlefield, but they need those Senegals to come back and start dealing with those skink skirmishers with that mobility. Throwing axes need to save all their ammo for that Dreadsaurian. But will they have enough? We shall see. Oh no, wait! These Chaos Warhounds are completely untouched. Being forgotten in the tactical reserve, they need to be thrown into the battlefield right now. Yeah. Alright, Senegals noticing the threat of the skink skirmishers are going to move up, but here comes the Koan Spear Riders quickly counteracting that threat and charging into them. Now the Senegals are being surrounded and overwhelmed by a sheer number of the Lizardman troops. And yeah, I don't know if the Lizardman can pull this one off here. It's gonna be rough. Wait, why did you pull back the Senegals? No, the Senegals are trying to push through the enemy formation. They're gonna take a lot of free damage in the process as they're trying to force path while the enemies are constantly attacking them, and a recharge from the Dreadsaurian. Yeah, that's it for that Senegal unit. They're gonna take a huge chunk of damage. Might or might not come back, we shall see. But yeah, things are looking more and more rough for the Lizardmen right here. Trying to clean up some more tattered Koan Spear Riders, but yeah, just having some throwing axes alone is not enough here with Lizardmen still having so much Koan Cavalry on the field. And they're still healing it too. Let's speed things up a little bit here. As we can see the skink cohort overextending and being cleaned up by the Senegals here. Same goes for these skinks, but they did do some okay damage to the Senegals before they go down with their Javis. And Lizardman will be holding on to that capture point, trying to dominate that victory tickets here. And oh boy, the skink cohorts are getting cleaned up as they are being isolated and overwhelmed by a combination of Senegals and Pestigals. I feel like this should have happened earlier in battle there, with the Pestigos and Angors acting as that anvil for the Sandigos to hammer home. Not a very flimsy anvil, and which means you need to take every second you have with these Angors and Gors, so that you can deliver those hammering charges. Unfortunately, that opportunity has been missed. That ship has sailed, and yeah, now you have a very healthy Dreadsorian just sitting around the capture point. Block of Dooms are draining down those Koan Spear Riders there, but there's also a Earthbloods coming in from the Saurus, from the Slamage Priest. So yeah, they're just chilling at the victory point, counteracting all the health drain with their own heals and whatnot. More heals coming in, just keeping those Koan Cavalry topped up with a Flock of Doom. Just trying to drain them down. So a lot of back and forth with that spell damage, but yeah, the Lizardmen are earning a lead on that balance of power, as they're losing out on those, as the Beastmen are losing out on those melee grinds, taking more and more damage. The Chaos Warhound is still not activated. They're very much needed to clean up those routed troops, but right now not a whole lot of troops routed, and yeah. Maybe they can act as a secret force when the time comes for a rear charge, maybe. But that time is not gonna come soon, and time is not on the Beastman side right now. More Flock of Dooms coming in, but the capture point is still in the hands of those Lizard Boys. Throwing axes are trying to whittle down the Shredder, but Earthblood is just gonna counteract that with a shit ton of healing. And even charging into the Code of Sotek, trying to whittle them down with some Psycho Charging. But yeah, I don't think that's probably gonna be it here. As the Sentinels are making desperate run for the capture point, trying to deny the Lizardmen from the victory points here, by securing the capture point themselves. But there's only like what 40 seconds left, and can they capture it? Probably not. As some skin cords are coming back to counteract their capture. And at the same time, the Beastmen are running out of troops. Malagor the Dark Omen is low on HP, and yeah, that is going to be GG here, as the Dreadsorian just munching through all those units of the Beastmen here. And Koan Spear Riders trading really well into the Sendigos, earning back their worth, I think. Yeah, I think they earned back their worth. Skinks kind of just screening away the enemy skirmishers and keeping those Slamage Priests and Shredder safe from enemy firepower. And the Shredder tactic definitely paying off here, just keeping it healed up and dominating that balance of power, while the Beastmen struggle to engage the rather narrow Lizardmen lines with their lightly armored cavalry and infantry. The Senegals didn't earn back much value. Definitely should have. I feel like they definitely should have committed earlier, when those Angor troops are still alive. Just trying to get some hammer and anvil done to thin out the enemy support, so that you can get to the Shredder in late game easier with those throwing axes. Because in the late game, a big problem is that the Senegals couldn't get into the firing position. Always some skinks standing nearby, kind of hindering their way. And also forgetting those Chaos Warhound, like half the game doesn't help either. And yeah, I should probably swapped Pestigos with Corngors. Yeah, probably that would have worked better with the anti-large as well. Good effort. That Lizardman build was tough nut to crack. Indeed, it's very hard to deal with. Like, if you don't have armor-piercing missiles, it's hard to deal with the Shredder of Lustria. And even if you do, they need to actually get into a good position to fire and shoot away. That thing was just dominating the battlefield with nothing to burst it down. Yeah. Okay, next up we have, let's not do another Beastman yet. We can do a Beastman later. Once again, a Pentabloat from Sigos. And unfortunately, Sigos has to bow out after 3 games. So yeah. So that's gonna be... yeah, that's gonna be... Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, that's gonna be the last one we see from him, because he did a Vampire Coast versus Ogre Kingdoms in the round 1, which did not end well for the Ogres. That's my oversight. I probably should have picked a different first round match for the Ogre Kingdoms, as the Ogre Kingdoms are being heavily dominated in multiplayer by Vampirates. Now, for the army builds here, Vampirates versus Greenskins. Greenskins going for a front line of Orc Boys, second line of Orc Air Boys, and some Rusty Airs, and Snuggler's Death Thrower. The spear thrower, the bolt thrower of the gobbles of the greenskins. They have, I'm not sure what's different with this one actually. They have poison, I think, and snipe, but they don't have stock. So yeah, you need something like a Night Shroud from the lore of Loa, or just hide them in a forest to actually utilize the snipe ability. Anyways, I mean, it doesn't matter. I guess the poison here is the thing, and also the extra accuracy as a regiment of renown. Already pinpointing the bloated corpses. Yeah. Other than that, a shit ton of mobility in the form of Squig Herds, Savage Orc Boar Boys, and Morgros Manji Marauders. On the far side, we also have a Night Goblin War Boss. Oh, Durkit Squigs, Night Goblin Squig Hoppers, and more Savage Orc Boar Boys and Squig Hoods. And the leadership, other than the Night Goblin War Boss, is an Orc Shaman with Gaze of Mork and Brain Bursta, as well as Fist of Gork, to punch down enemy sirens with that magic damage. I suppose for Vampirates of Sigos, a bunch of sirens, 5 once again Pentabloat, a very similar build from last time actually, just no Silostra. A bunch of scurvy dogs there, leading the army as a Vampire Fleet Admiral of Pole Arms with Death Magic, Spirit Leech, and Purple Son of Zerus, as well as the Lamprey's Revenge. That's it for the army. Oh wait, hold on. There's also the Night Terrors on the far flank, ready to jump on the side or the rear of the Greenskin formation. Either ways, the Vampirates are rushing since they do not have that long range fire to force their opponents to them. And the bolt throwers will be shooting at the bloated corpses. Squig Herds are moving out of position. They might need to pull back soon, as the sirens are closely following behind. He decided, yeah, we're not going to outrun the dogs, so we're just going to jump into combat and start chewing up the dogs instead. Doing some good damage on impact, but soon the sirens and some rear charging scurvy dogs will make short work of them. On the far side there, looks like the bloated corpses. Okay, Night Goblin Warboss jumping and luring out one of the bloated corpses. Wait, hold on. I might have missed one of the bloat. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I might have one. Okay, I'm definitely didn't miss any bloat. One blew up, and the second blew up by a fermented fungi, just luring it into melee and explode. Very nicely done by Curio there. And another one bloated corpse getting shot up by the Rusty Airs. Oh, it looks like there are some juking here. One ran into the Savage Orc Boar Boys, and one ran into some Boar Boys, getting some good damage. It looks like this one is gonna go down to the missiles. So far, unfortunately, only like what? Oh, looks like only 2 bloated corpses managed to do their thing, blowing up one Savage Orc Boar Biggins and one Orc Boys. That's it. The other 3 just got dealt with one way or the other. Savage Orc Boys will be jumping onto the Night Terrors here, and also Sirens, just trying to pin them down. Orc Boys moving up to slow down the Lamprey's Revenge, buying more time for those Reglux Armored Orcs and perhaps the Manji Marauders and Rusty Airs, just to focus down that regiment of renowned self-regenerating rotting Prometheans with guns. And there's a Night Goblin Big Boss coming in from the flank there. Oh, and dropping in a Squig Herd summon to try and disrupt the enemy. I guess it's for the possible Vampirate guns, just that there are no guns today. No guns, other than gun crabs. And yeah, Sirens and Hounds combined actually managed to dispatch some of those Savage Orc Boys with that armor piercing. Yeah, and over here, Sirens unfortunately being overwhelmed by a combination of Durkit Squigs and Squig Hoppers. Still doing some decent damage before they go down, I guess. And overall, the Greenskins are definitely having an upper hand, simply having stronger units on the flanks, beating up enemy melee, mobility, and all those bloated. I think the biggest thing is just that bloated corpses not paying off. And the Greenskins doing a very nice job of screening them and eliminating. Ooh, and Purple Son of Zerus though. Oh wait, hold on. Was that on the deckhand mob or was it on the gobbles? That was on the gobbles as the Rusty Ears are being eliminated. But yeah, Rusty Ears, Raglar's Armored Orcs, and Mongrove's Mangy Marauders, and some very close shots from the Snaga's Death Thrower are just cleaning up those poor Lamprey's Revenge. Yeah, Night Terror is trying to jump in on the flanks, but unfortunately getting pinned down and shot is not great for their unlife. While the Sirens continue to duke away at the Savage Orc War Boys, using the Charmed effect to lower their melee attack, making them even less effective in melee combat. Very nicely done. And but yeah, over here it seems like the Durkit Squigs and Squig Herds managed to emerge victorious against the Squigs and against the undead in the undead and stuff. Wait, hold on. Yeah, there were Sirens in here, right? Yeah, against the Sirens and Warhounds. The Durkit Squigs and Squig Herds anti-infantry role played out pretty well. And at that point, yeah, the vampires have lost all their damage output. The Sirens are dead. The Lamprey's Revenge are shot up, and same goes for the Night Terrors here. Oh. Excuse me for a sec there. And the Greenskin defenses held on. Actually, we need to look at the flanks a little bit more. I might replay this game, review this, replay one more time, just to see what happened on the flanks there. As the Sirens really didn't do much in pushing the flanks, and I mean the Bloated Corpses are always a meme pick, so there's that. And yeah, the Vampire Coals really struggled to push on the flanks, while the front line, well, there are only some zombies and a lot of dead Bloated Corpses, unfortunately. Also, Bloated Corpses are kind of expensive. You can buy like almost 2 units of deck hand mobs with 1 unit of Vampire Bloated Corpse, I think. Anyways, the Fleet Admiral did some good damage with that Purple Son of Zerus, but that's about it, I think. Not a whole lot of good plays from the Vampire Coast in this run. Flying too close to the sun with all those memes, I believe. Actually, let me just jump back in to see what happened on the flanks. Didn't really pay attention to them. Kind of put all the attention onto the Bloated Corpses. Well, let's quickly see. We've seen all the Bloated Corpses, so we don't really need to catch them. Squigs jump in, and same goes for the Night Terrors and Sirens. Oh, but the Greenskin Daka, all those air boys are shooting in. Shredding through the really lightly armored Scurvy Dogs and soon Night Terrors as well. While the Squig Herd's anti-infantry bonus is just going pretty well against all those Hounds and Sirens. Bloated Corpses got blown up. And yeah, all that anti-infantry bonus is working well against the Dogs and Sirens because both of them are infantry sized. Oh, Spirit Leeches and just gunshots from the Lamprey's Revenge making short work of the Night Gobble War Boss, but there's still a lot of Daka left on the field. And here comes the Morgoth's Mangy Marauders, Armored Orcs, and soon maybe even the Rusty Airs. Yeah, the Rusty Airs, once the Rusty Airs comes in, the damage will start jumping up. And even now, they're taking a lot of damage as well. And Night Terrors are just gonna get stuck on the flank with Orc Boar Boys slowing their push down. But yeah, the Greenskin Daka proven to be too much for the Vampire to deal with. You just need more Daka when in doubt. Oh wow, that is a painful hurt. Both 8 Pigloonies and Rusty Ears got hit by one single Purple Sun, deleting 1.5 unit, and that half a unit can be quite important too. And not that it matters anyways. The main holding power of the Lamprey's Revenge and Night Terrors are just shredded by the missiles and combat attrition overall. Losing the fight. Alright, anyways, that's it for this one there. We're moving on to the next replay. Yeah, let's just jump back into another. Wait, one, two, three. Yeah, that's the last 3 battles here. Actually, let's just delete that one. Since it's a duplicate replay. Beastmen versus Greenskins and alright, Ogre Kingdoms versus wait, do we have any duplicate games? Or alright, Ogre Kingdoms versus Beastmen and then Ogres versus Lizardmen. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go with this one first. Ogre Kingdoms versus Beastmen. 2 destructive forces, raiding forces even, clashing against each other. We shall see what happens here. Contrarian Codex, going with the Ogres. Let's slow down a bit and go through the army composition. The front line of Pigback Riders and Piggyback Knights, 5 of them in total, and then Nobbler Trappers with some Ogre Bulls mixed in. 3 units of Crushers with great weapons. One of them, the Sky Striders, some very deadly cavalry, anti-large cavalry there is. Leading the army is a Slaughtermaster of the Great Mole with Troll Guts for healing, and Troll Guts only, assuming to heal all that Crushers with great weapons. On the other side, there are a bunch of Angora Spearheads and Pestigors, and as the front line there, supported by a bunch of Minos with great weapons and a single Blood Brute of Behemoth. Some very powerful anti-large fighting power, monstrous power indeed. Throwing axes on both flanks with the Sandagors and some Harpies to disrupt enemy shooters in case there are some Lead Belchers on the field. Leading the army is Taurox the Brass Bull, supported by a Brave Shaman of Death with Spear Leech and Doom and Darkness, which is quite good against the Ogre Kingdoms who are not known for their leadership, particularly the Nobbler units. Terror plus Doom and Darkness, and they're gonna rout extra early. These are Pigback Riders though, so they're still a little bit better than your usual Nobbler infantry. They're trying to hold on to the front line. They're just holding back the enemy melee rush, buying some time for the trappers to do damage to the great weapon Minos, which is great here as the Minos light armored and no shields, particularly susceptible to a sheer amount of missiles, which is exactly what the Nobbler Trappers bring to the table, by the way. Harpies are jumping in, the Blood Brute Behemoth charging straight into the enemy back line, but there's the counter charge from the Sky Striders there, surrounding and smashing up that Blood Brute Behemoth. It looks like they are trying to pull away as the Minos are moving in, but unfortunately they got hit by the Tears of Nurgle there, and they're down to 19 speed, basically the slowest of infantry. Yeah, those Pesticles choices are very nicely done by the Beastman player, by ODM Trash there, as it prevents the Nobbler prevents the Sky Striders from getting a clean pull out. That sounds wrong, actually. The Crushers here are doing just fine, though, beating up those Harpies, and they might want to jump over the front line and start crushing those Minos. Doom and Darkness onto the Sky Striders, but it is a little bit too late there as their leadership stabilized, while the Crushers, a second unit of Crushers, just kind of comes in and bail out those Sky Striders. They might need a Troll Guts soon, though, and get their leader HP stabilized. Those Minotaurs though, getting absolutely crushed by the Crushers with great weapons. Blood Brute Behemoth is here to dominate the fight, but it's gonna take him some time to work through all those Crushers. They're taking some pretty good damage, but yeah, it's gonna take them some time. And again, Troll Guts really needed on the Sky Striders right now. It seems like they're getting healed, but at the same time they're getting shot by those throwing axes from those Sandagors, which is not great. But they have managed to land hits on the Sandagors, which means it is now slowed down to a point that the Sky Striders can actually catch them in melee with that Frostbite effect. Anyways, Spirit Leech onto the Slaughtermaster. Well, the Crushers might need to come in and bail him out, but there's still some very healthy Crushers around, so he probably can be saved. Problem is Taurox the Brass Bull is nearby. Looks like the Harpies are being dealt with right now. Sky Striders might want to come back and start dispatching those single entity monsters instead of dealing with all those throwing axes. And you can leave the screening for the Nobblers with Nobbler Trappers, honestly. Doom and Darkness onto this blob here, trying to just nuke that leadership of all those ogres, but unfortunately their leadership isn't weakened enough. So, oh, actually, Pigback Riders are getting terrified away. Okay, that works, I guess. And maybe the Slaughter Master as well. The leadership is dropping low, forcing those Crushers with great weapons to come in and respond and try to stabilize the leadership and help out the Slaughter Master. The Trollguts onto these Crushers, trying to keep them alive, keep them staying in the fight right now. Very nice. Just getting some anti-lodge armor-piercing damage against those single entity monsters. Bloodbrook Behemoth is down to half health, as it is now surrounded by Crushers, Ogre Bulls, and while the Pigback Riders are getting chased away. They're probably not going to come back if the Harpies are committed to this chase. Oh no, Crushers, why are you running away? Stay in the fight! Your Ogre Master needs you, the Slaughter Master needs you. At least the Sky Striders are coming in, so that's good. Malagor too flimsy for me in this matchup. That is true. Or I mean, Malagor is fine in this matchup. With the Flock of Dooms draining Nobblers away, but yeah, not great for killing the Crushers or other Ogre monsters though. So I can see why you bring Taurox the Brass Bull, but you can also bring something, say like a Great Bray Shaman with a Chariot, Spirit Leeches and whatnot. Or, yeah. Anyway, Slaughter Master duking it out against Taurox. Not a great fight for him, but there are some Sky Striders here to surround and beat up Taurox and screen for the Ogre Slaughter Master. While the Crushers are making short work of the Bloodbrute Behemoth regardless of his healing. Spirit Leech onto Slaughter Master, trying to work his HP down, but the balance of power is in favor of the Ogre Kingdoms. They just have such good anti-large, anti-monster cavalry. It's very hard to fight them with monsters unless you're bringing your own spam of anti-large armor piercing with the Minotaur's great weapons. But unfortunately, they took a little bit too much damage in the early game from all those Nobbler Trappers, which is why this is a very rough matchup for the Beastmen, I would say, due to their lack of armor and yeah. But yeah. Yeah, the Minotaurs, yeah, they just didn't really perform well here. While the throwing axes did really well, just kind of kiting the Crushers away, but unfortunately not quite enough to carry the day, with all that healing coming from the Slaughter Master, keeping those Crushers alive. Very important stuff there, earning quite some value over the course of battle. The Nobbler Trappers, though, got some pretty solid value, shooting up the lightly armored Beastmen troops. And even the Piggyback Knights got some really good value overall. As for the Beastmen, their Harpies trying to chase off the enemy troops, and Bloodbrute Behemoth has been the center of action throughout the whole battle. Just unfortunately getting trading pretty poorly into the Crushers with great weapons there. And Taurox the Brass Bull not having the best time in a melee fight either, being forced to fight a bunch of Crushers with great weapons. Yeah, actually, I didn't really pay attention to the Minos. Give me a second, I'm gonna jump back in on that one again. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward and see what happened to the Minos. I didn't really pay attention to them, mostly focusing on the Crushers. Yeah, we saw them getting shredded, but being whittled down by the Nobbler Trappers. Ooh. Yeah, Trappers are really good against Minos with great weapons. They don't have shields, they don't have armor, they don't have nothing. to mitigate those missile shots. Oh, and then Crushers follow up with a charge. I mean, it's not a proper charge, but still. Being shot and fighting an anti-large melee specialist. Yeah, that's not great. And that's how the Minos are being dispatched pretty early in the game. Throwing axes get to shoot up the Sky Striders a bit, but Trogots mitigate a lot of that incoming damage. And without the Minos, there's not a lot of good ways to trade against 3 units of Great Weapon Crushers. So yeah, that basically puts the Beastmen in a massive disadvantage, leaving only the Bloodbrute Behemoth and Tarox anchoring the battle. Yeah. And yeah, without much mobility, the Ogres are free to just resecure their own regroup troops and chase off the routed Beastmen. Alright, cool. Next up, we have I think we've seen that one. So Skavens versus Ogres, I think. Ogres lead the way. Yeah, Ogres eat the way, you mean. Lead the way? More like eat the way. Eat everything. That's a true ogre. Okay, let's slow down a bit there. Ogre Kingdoms from Contrarian Codex once again. A front line of Nobblers this time. No piggyback knights and no piggyback riders on the front line. Oh wait, no, there's one only. A second line of, actually it's kind of a second line, but anyways, second line of Nobbler Trappers and double Ogre Giants. You don't really see that on the field much. Usually you see Crushers instead of Giants. But yeah, they have very high attack value and very high weapon strength, one of the highest, 700 armor piercing. One-Fang Cavalry with great weapons to deal with enemy cavalry and dinos, but the main focus are definitely the double giants to smack down enemy dinos, I suppose. You have two. If you have 2 of those, maybe you can beat down a Dreadsaurian. But yeah, if there's a Dreadsaurian on the field, I'm not sure. Slaughtermaster of the Great Mole front, yeah, and then some Saber-Tusk packs. Yeah, only Trogots on the Great Mole Slaughtermaster. For the Lizardmen, a front line of skink cohorts and backed up by some Court of Sotak and a ton of Koan cavalry. And indeed, there is a Feral Dreadsaurian here, supported by once again a Slime Age Priest of Life with Earthblood and Earthblood only, no regrowth this time. Banishment and also Shield of the Old Ones. Yeah, Coan Spear Riders and some Javelin Skin cohorts. They might be very key here to take down those giants. Colossal Hunters and Court of Sotek. Yeah, we've been through that one. And yeah, that's it. A relatively narrow army on the Lizardman side because of how expensive the Feral Dreadsaurian plus all those Koan Cavalry and Colossal Hunters are. So not much money for anything else. Oh, this one is spicy. Ooh, looking forward to it then, Contrarian Codex. Yeah, thanks for joining my tournament. Well, can't make these events happen without your participation, honestly. So yeah, very grateful for people to show up every week for the tourney and get some fun multiplayer games going. I know I haven't been the most reliable in terms of casting recently because I've been on a month-long hiatus and then another week break last week. So yeah, that was not great. But yeah, I'll be sticking around and have a bit more stable schedule in the near future. Anyways, Saber-Tusk packs are gonna jump on some skink cohorts, trying to get some charge impact damage, but quickly bailing out, seeing those Koan Cavalry is moving in, while the rest of the Ogre units are just backing away here. And One-Fang Cavalry poising for a charge, but quickly backing up. And as the Koan Spear Riders are advancing into the Nobblers, the Saber-Tusk packs and the One-Fang Cavalry are coming in for a counter charge, but the Koan Cavalry quickly backing up, leaving the skink cohorts to take the charge. And oh boy, half a unit is just, well, 40% of the unit is gone in that one single charge. As the Ogre Micro are all on the left flank, the right flank is a bit neglected right here. So the Cohen's units are moving up, but looks like Dresaurian are moving in as well, having a weird shifting, and then the Giants are moving in to counterpunch and smacking down that Feral Dresaurian quite a bit there, getting some decent damage done. Ooh, the Monfang Cavalry are charging in, but the cold ones, Spear Riders, are not charging in yet. And oh no, the Slimy Priests are sticking too close to their front, and now they are oh shit, being double teamed by 2 Giants, getting stuck between 2 Giants, a Giant and a Giant, actually, and a bunch of Monfang Cavalry as well. The Slimy Priest is gonna have trouble pulling out. Okay, that sounds wrong, but oh, getting double teamed by a Giant. Oh no, Shield of the Old Ones is not saving him. All that anti-launch damage and just pure massive sticks from the Giant smacking him in the face, and the Slime Priest getting ahead of himself and dies. That is a tragic end for the Slime Priest, and that leaves the Dresaurian and the rest of the Lizardman army as well stranded without healing, which can be a big problem when we're only 3 minutes into the battle. Not a single healing spell was casted, I don't think. While the Monfang Cavalry, as a result, did YOLO themselves into a melee fight for too long and getting shredded by some Colossodon Hunters and Javelins, I suppose. And the Dresaurian coming in, munching a bunch of the HP away. The Cohen Spear Rider is getting a charge, getting some good damage done. But yeah, unfortunately, the Slime Priest is dead and no healing for the Dresaurian and Cold One Spear Riders whatsoever. The spicy one part was that, and I guess that's it. And it's the double Giant just gonna double teaming the Feral Dresaurian here, down to half health and routed away. And yeah, the Mornfang Cavalry are losing their fights, stuck in the middle of a bunch of poisonous Court of Sotek and Cohen Spear Riders jumping on them as well. But I think the double Giant can carry this from here on, as the Feral Dresaurian is dead, and some Mornfang Cavalry returning from the fight, being healed up a bit by a Troll Guts earlier when they were routing away. And now just smashing up the rest of these Cohen Spear Riders. And yeah, I think that's basically spells the end of the Lizardman army here. There's nothing to stand up against the double Giant Tyranny and also all the Monfang Cavalry here. And yeah, the Feral Dresaurian is just avoiding combat at this point, being very sad. And being whittled down by some more scrap metal from those Nobbler Trappers, and then the double Giants are coming in with the Monfang Cavalry able to finish it off as well. I mean, losses hit, and that shall be GG. Yep, eating the Slime Priest too close to the front line, and that was a lethal mistake on the Lizardmans. And the double Giant just double teamed the Slime Priest, and a bunch of Monfang Cavalry jumped him as well. And that shredded the HP of the Slime Priest with nothing nearby to save it. It should always be sticking close to the Dresaurian, and with like a cavalry nearby to support. And without that, no healing for the Lizardman, and also an expensive spellcaster piece and no banishment as well. Losing that was basically spelled the end of the Lizardman, putting him in a massive disadvantage. And yeah, very good damage from those Giants and Monfang Cavalry. Yeah, GG. Honestly, the double Giant was the spicy part of the Ogre's army. Alright, one final battle replay from the Greenskins and Beastmen here. 2 raiding forces, once again 2 destructive forces. I'm sure if they were in the Age of Sigmar, they're counted as the Order of Destruction. Wait, no, Beastmen is Order of Chaos, never mind, my bad. Order of Destruction is the Greenskins. But yeah, anyways, let's slow down a bit there. We have the Orc Boys in the front line here for the Greenskins. No gobbles? No gobbles. Savage Orcs. And I guess there are the Menji Marauders and Death Creepers. Squigs and a lot of Squigs. And then some Orc Borway providing some anti-large armor-piercing cavalry. Actually, 8-peak loonies, unbreakable front line, very rare for a greenskin. And also their spinning loons attack, great for clearing out infantry and whatnot. For the other side, Ungor Spearmen hurts and Gore hurts with shields. A slightly sturdier and killier unit of Beastmen frontline. They have shields, so extra melee defense to hold the line maybe. Oh, these are Gore hurts. Yeah, the regular Gore hurts with shields have better melee defense here. 35 versus the 25 of the Gore hurts with dual weapons. But the dual weapon ones, the regular ones, have bonus versus infantry. So a killier, and then the sturdier version as the shielded Gore hurts. Yeah, Gore hurts, and then Senegor's multiple units of them throwing axes on the right flank, and leading the army is Torux the Brassbull once again, really going in for that melee lord, trying to challenge and duel the enemy units. And yeah, that's it for the army builds on both sides. Wait, hold on. Brave Shaman of Death with Purple Son of Zerus and Purple Son of Zerus only to eliminate the enemy infantry. What else? Actually, what else are there? Oh yeah. It's gonna be a Purple Son of Zerus duel, isn't it? That Giant River Troll hack on the Greenskin side. Oh well, she does have that Spirit Leech and Doom and Darkness, but that's about it. There's also the Power Stone to get that extra damage, extra power recharge, but that's about it. Let's see, can the boys handle themselves against the Beastman mobility? Anyways, 8 Peak Loonies are moving up, probably trying to position for a spinning loons. While the throwing axes are poising themselves to throw in some axes, but the Death Creepers are there to screen out the enemy throwing axes cavalry. And also Ruglux Armored Orcs, raining down shots onto the Gorehurts with shields. Definitely should have shot at the Gorehurts instead. Torux the Brassbull is getting subjected to Spirit Leech and taking noticeable damage already, which means he is basically surviving on the timer. You need him to dish out as much damage as possible before he goes down eventually to Spirit Leeches. Anyways, the Gorehurt front line is not holding on well against the Savage Orcs, which is a very strong, dedicated damage unit. Oh no! The 8 Big Loonies are walking straight into the Purple Son of Zerus, which is also targeting the Ruglux Armored Orcs. That's a 2-for-1. Very nice Purple Son of Zerus, and a little bit more damage and no more spinning loons for these bad boys. I mean, they did unleash one spinning loons, wrecking some Gorehurts, I assume. But yeah, Gorehurts are losing out against the Savage Orcs and Giant River Trollhag. But on the left flank of the Beastmen here, they're dishing out quite some damage, pushing in with Ungor and Senegors, trying to push through the enemy front line. But here comes a counterpunch from the Orcs, with that Wa boosting up their damage potential and holding power with that immune to psychology. Yeah, they're holding on for now. Even the Orc Boys spears here, just kind of the duking out against the Gorehurts. So it seems like the Savage Orc front line is just handily winning against the Gorehurts. Although the mobility part might be, the advantage might be going to the Beastmen. Although they are not winning the fight without a price, as they're taking heavy losses from the spinning loons and just battle attrition. Their leadership is dropping to a point that a massive overcast Doom and Darkness is just nuking their leadership, forcing some of the Senegors into an early rout. Torux is still duking it out against the Broken Tusk mob with some Ungor Spear support, but I think more Spirit Leech is going to come into his way soon. Although the Doom and Darkness does cost quite a bit of Winds of Magic to cast, so it takes some time for the Giant River Trollhag to recharge, I guess. But yeah, Ungor Spears are being cleaned up despite some of the units being able to push into the backline. The Ruglux Armored Orcs managed to stabilize their leadership after getting bombed up by the Purple Son of Zerus, and the Senegors are being pushed away by mere squig herds. The only thing that is still pushing is pretty much just Torux here, with some Ungor Spears following behind. Gorehurts are coming back after being routed away by Savage Orcs. But yeah, Boarboy Biggins are pushing up, and oh, the Morgras Menji Marauders are going in for a melee charge, trying to push back those Senegors. And ooh, Fermented Fungi luring those Senegors into a melee charge. Not exactly great for the Morgras Menji Marauders, simply because they're not great as a melee combatant, with only 19 melee defense. Senegors actually is decent on the charge, as you can see with wait, let me see. Yeah, the Primal Fury with added charge bonus and melee attack, they can actually do some pretty nasty damage. to a weak melee unit like hounds we've seen earlier. Actually, no, those are freaking Northskin Marauders. Never mind. But yeah, they can do some decent damage charging into enemy weak melee units like the Morgoth's Mangy Marauders here. So fermented fungi into luring the Senegals into the Morgoth's Mangy Marauders was actually not a great call for the greenskins there. Now Taurox is just pulling back a bit to get some support from some regrouped Senegals here, while the Night Goblin War Boss is a bit out of support. Where's the Giant River Troll guy? He's needed here just to keep Spirit Leeching Taurox, the Brass Bull. Yeah. Taurox is trying to get to that Night Goblin War Boss there. On the far side there, let's slow down a bit to see what's happening here. Another Purple Son of Zerus, this time onto the Savage Orcs, stacked on top of some 8-pick loonies who can't cast any more spinning loons due to them being too weak at less than a quarter of their HP. Yeah, Warlock's Armored Orcs are probably done for after this, as they're stuck in the melee fight against the Goreherds. Ooh, that's a lot of friendly fire against the friendly Goreherds. Taurox the Brass Bull, alongside with the Senegals, are able to push through and eliminate the Broken Tusk mob and the Squig herds. Can the Greenskin pull this one back, as the balance of power is in favor of the Beastmen right now? If they take down Taurox with Spirit Leeches, there might be a chance here, but oh no, a lot of their units are just too tattered, and the Greenskins are just out of options. Out of troops, out of HP, out of options. The only thing that is still holding up the balance of power are two things: Giant River Troll Hag and Night Goblin War Boss. But yeah, even the Giant River Troll Hag are not holding on for too long here, throwing axes, making short work of her, with the Senegals fighting her as well. Wait, where was Taurox? Where's Taurox? Oh, all the way on the other side. Not getting a whole lot of damage done. It's the throwing axes carrying the day, isn't it? Yeah, fermented fungi luring those throwing axes into combat, countercharge from some regrouped Orc Warrior Biggins, in spite of the Bad Moon giving them the anti-large, adding some pretty good damage to the Greenskin units. But unfortunately, it is the end of the Greenskins as their units are being chased away. A lot of them just getting attrition down in melee fights. I thought the start of the battle was going quite well for the Greenskins, but unfortunately Taurox and the Senegals are just carrying the day hard. We're gonna fast forward this one. The new Purple Sun is busted indeed. Both sides. No, we didn't see the Greenskin use Purple Sun. Let's just jump back in. Did they use Purple Sun? Let me just check. But yeah, Senegals has always been a very cost-efficient cavalry, and actually winning out against the Orc Boy Biggins in this one. Yeah, quite destructive indeed. Let's just quickly watch this one more time, and then we will conclude today's stream. Let's see, yeah, I don't think I see any Purple Son of Zerus. Ooh, those Squigs got murdered. Oh shit, that's where the first spinning loons went. Well, did some really good damage against the Senegals. Yeah. But the Squig herds didn't really hold on against the spear herds with shields. Yeah, we kind of neglected this flank here. Throwing axes are just kind of pushed up, and I think they were on skirmish mode. I always advise people to turn on skirmish mode if you don't have the micro for skirmish cap. I do. I turn it on. But yeah. I feel like those Morgoth's Mangy Marauders and Death Creepers should have been more on point on counter-skirmishing the Senegals. But yeah, Angor's just constantly pushing. The front line was actually victorious for the Greenskins. As their Savage Orcs did hold the advantage there. But the Orc Boy Biggins, not doing... Oh no! That was kind of some friendly fire with the spinning loons on friendly Squig herds. But yeah. This is a nice Doom and Darkness, but just nothing there to follow up really. The Angor Spears are routed and pushed back, but nothing to follow. The Synagos are pushed back as well, just nothing to follow up and chase them down. Oh, actually, not this one. I mean, these one went over to chase these Synagos down, but there are some Synagos nearby to chase them down. Yeah, just not enough mobility to counteract the sheer amount of Synagos on the field, I feel like. And once the Death Creepers push out to these running away Synagos, suddenly they're sandwiched between two Synagos. And that does not look pretty with all that charge bonus and a decent damage output from the Synagos. Just sandwiching them, and look at how quick they die. Man, that was just mere seconds and their HP bar was gone. To be fair, they're not a tanky unit. And yeah. And Taurus just fighting alongside support from the Orc Barbarians. But yeah, the skirmishers have been driven back by the Synagos, which was done quite well by the Beastman player here. And yeah, the Purple Son of Zerus deleting those, deleting the Raklux armored orcs was great as well. But yeah, this horde of Synagos, that is basically the bane of the greenskins in this game. I'm shocked at how well Savage Orcs trade in the Gorhords. Yeah, they're a really good damage dealer unit. Just unfortunately, nothing really handles the Synagos well here in this battle. Wait, where? We saw the Broken Tusk mob getting dealt with by Spears and Taurox, but where did the other Orc Barbarians go in the earlier game? Now they're overwhelmed, so like they can't really do much in the fight. But wait, what happened to them earlier again? Let me just watch it one more time. I missed out on them again. I'm sorry. Alright. Okay, so there's one Orc Barbarians here, one here, and then Broken Tusk mob here. What happened to them? We didn't really see them much, other than them being shot a bit by throwing axes and a delayed game. They're positioned at the back, Purple Son of Zerus, deleting Raglok's armored orcs and some poor AP loonies. Who quickly went over here to help out with... Okay, they jumped in and getting peppered with throwing axes. Oh no, they were overwhelmed by two Synagos throwing axes and some Angor Spears. Okay, that explains why they died. Well, on the left flank, these ones just trying to pull away from the Angor Spears, not doing a whole lot. But yeah, these ones died pretty poorly. There was just not a lot of infantry to support them. Yeah. Oh, why were you fighting spears? Oh. And these ones just not... Yeah, they took some damage. One thing about Orc Barbarians is they don't have a whole lot of armor. 85, not bad, but also not a whole lot. So even Synagos can do some decent damage to them in melee on the charge and stuff. So yeah, well, that explains it. Throwing axes, whittle them down with Taurox, beating them up. At the same time... And Synagos swarming them, and that's the end of them. Yeah. Alright, that is it for today here. Let's speed run that. 75 gold cheaper as well. Damn, I didn't realize that. Okay. Poor Gorhords. They got the short end of the stick, but Beastmen do have Chaos Marked Gorhords, which are buffed. So they have that going for them, I guess. Alright, and that one. And yeah, let's look at the damage value here. Throwing Axe is definitely carrying the game for the Beastman army. And I'm surprised how long Taurox held on. I guess there were just not a whole lot of yikes! 1,866 damage value from two Purple Son of Zerus nuking a bunch of Savage Orcs. and in the late game, in early game, killing both the Ruglux Armored Orcs and the 8 Loons, and then of course a bunch of charging action with the chariot there. And the guards did pretty meh. Yeah, the guards did really meh. It is the Sandagors carrying the day for the Beastmen as usual. And the Purple Sun, of course. Trading well even into the Orc Boy Biggins. Yeah, the Orc Boy Biggins just sucked when fighting Sandagors for some reason. I mean, they don't have a lot of melee stats, I know that we know, but yeah, even with the 85 armor, it doesn't seem to be enough against the Sandagors, seems like. Epic Loonies, the Ruglux Armored Orcs all take heavy damage from the Purple Sun, unfortunately. And I think the Death Creepers and Morgoth's Mangy Marauders were a bit misused. Yeah, they were thrown into melee against Sandagors, which probably shouldn't have happened. And the Squig Herds got dispatched pretty early by Taurox, the Sandagors, and Goreherds, Ungor Raiders, Ungor Spears overall. Yeah, GG to both players here. That's it for today's stream. I hope you all enjoyed today's tournament with the multiplayer action. Yeah, we'll see you all next week with more multiplayer 20 going on. Most likely on Wednesday again. And just warming up for the eventual DLC's arrival. That is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Tactical Lich signing out.